T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
You are now tapped into the coolest reptile podcast in the world. Welcome to Monday Nights, new breeder on the block series with our boy Harry Wang from Royal Canvas Exotics. I'm your boy MJ. What is good? If this is your first time tapping in, do your boy a favor. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, smash that notification bell so you're on top of every piece of content I release here on this channel. Shout out to all my subscribers out there. Shout out to my viewers. If you were watching this podcast continuously, you're spending your life with me, and I want to say thank you so much for doing that. This is awesome to have someone else to grow with, and it's fun. This is really so much fun for me to do. If you're into reptiles, keeping, breeding, or admiring all the above, this is the right channel to be at. I'm telling you right now, no better podcast involving reptiles than this one right here, and I can prove that to you if you hit that subscribe button. And it also helps this channel out a lot too. So if you're also looking to help out this channel, or if you're looking to support the trap and what we have going on, then look no further than to join the Trap Talk Patreon family. Very first link you see in the description below. Join the Patreon family, and then as soon as you join the family, you get a link to the Discord, which basically introduces you to over 150 trappers in the building, all about the longevity of keeping this, but it's a way to network and grow and kind of get more known into the game. I'm telling you right now, all up-and-comers. I got OGs a part of the family, you name it. We connect everybody in the Patreon family. And that's why the Trap Talk Patreon family is the coolest Patreon family in the reptile game. Hands down. Love all my Patreon members. Also, got exclusive content coming to them. I've been putting out exclusive content. It's been a couple weeks because, guys, I'm not going to lie, man. Anybody who tells you about moving reptiles and moving with reptiles, you're right. They're not sugarcoating it. It's fucking stressful as shit. Yeah, nothing will go smoothly, even no matter how much you think you can control it going smoothly. Bullshit. So give me a break a little bit, not my Patreon members, but just in general, you know, I just saying like, I'm going to get back on my feet here. Okay. I cannot wait to start vlogging again. So make sure you go subscribe to my YouTube, my vlog channel on YouTube, which is the Trap Vlogs. That's how I keep people updated with what's happening behind me and over there and over here. And yeah, my room got animals everywhere now. I love it. But yeah, I just update people with my projects and what I have going on. So best way to do, to stay updated on that on YouTube is the Trap Exotics. And then also go give your boy a follow on Instagram too. The Trap Talk God 619 on Instagram. Go follow the podcast's page on Instagram as well. The Trap Talk Podcast on Facebook as well, man. If you're on Facebook, show me some love. Drop a like, drop a heart. Let me know that you're on Facebook watching me. I appreciate it. Mad love and respect to anyone who watches me on any platform, including the audio platforms, man. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Buzzsprout, Google Play, all the major audio podcasting platforms your boy is on. So make sure you rate, review, and subscribe on any of those audio platforms that you listen to Trap Talk on. And thank you so much. Again, all the love and support means a lot. I will say before we get to the early birds, tonight's episode is brought to you by Sim Container. That's right. If you got eggs, put them inside of a sim box. Less steps, less stress. If it's a sim, it's a win. All day, every day. I patent that. From now on, whatever amazing phrases I have for my sponsors, they're patent. Only MJ could say it. Straight up. Hey, listen, John, Alex, I appreciate you guys so much, but I'm dead serious. I have a walk-in incubator now. That's right. Flex! Walk-in incubator. I have over 83 eggs cooking right now. They're all in sim containers. Okay, I can't say all. There's maybe 2 inside I ran out of sim boxes, all because of the retic eggs. 42 retic eggs took up, I think, over 5 sim boxes. Whew. What a time. But guys, please head over to Sim Container because not only do they offer the amazing Sim Container egg box, but they have amazing monitor game. My mentors in the monitor game, John, Alex, I talk to them anytime I need to. And they're like family to me. So I got to say thank you so much for them putting me on and many others on. They just put a lot of people on in this monitor game. So if you want to see what that's all about, go give them a follow on Instagram. Let them know MJ sent you. I also want to say that tonight's episode is brought to you by the new duo, the new team, Chimera. Okay, my boy Andre and Patrick came together and they developed this brand called Chimera. I need you guys to go on Instagram right now. Go check out what this is all about because, yeah, I get it. You know, people want to collab and they want to, you know, maybe bring their stuff together for more power. But this is a kind of a elevated situation because these guys' projects are just next level. And what they have going on is something not to be slept on. So do your boy a favor right now. Head over to Instagram. Go follow Chimera on IG. And I hope I'm saying that right, Andre. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not. I hate being that guy to say somebody's name, especially a sponsor. But this is really awesome. I got to say, next level pie projects that we're looking at here. And go follow Andre and Patrick. Let them know that the Trap sent you. And yeah, I appreciate the sponsors tonight. Who is ready to rock and roll? Who's in the building? Who's ready for Harry Wang? Because Harry Wang don't play. You feel me? This is going to be an amazing episode. This is so long overdue because Harry's my boy. And you want to know who else is my boy? Big Mike, 1776 Exotics in the building. Trap Talk Patreon member, OG Patreon member in the building. Thank you so much, Mike. Heathen Hatchery. What's up, buddy? Trap Talk Patreon member in the building. Trap Talk management team. That's my dog. What's good? Chantel, Pacific Rim Serpents. Trap Talk management. Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. She's in charge of female relations, which we haven't had a meeting on that in a while. We got to talk about that, Chantel. Serpent Eclipse, Reptiles, the homie, add Dizzle for Shizzle, Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. Trap Talk Management. This is my boy right here when it comes to social media and other quite cool techie stuff. It's my boy. Thank you so much. And I love his family. 217 Pythons, the homie Will in the building. What's up, buddy? Thanks for being a part of the Patreon family, one of the newest Patreon members. And this guy is really sick. Cool to meet him at the Zoom meeting last night and all sorts of cool shit, man. Thank you so much for being a part of the family. The homie Levi with one of the sickest up-and-coming podcasts in the reptile game, for sure. FTL Reptiles. Go follow him on IG. Also, go follow him and the homie Chris's podcast, Sexin' and Flexin', all day, every day, please. Thank you so much for being a Trap Dog Patreon member, Levi, and being a part of the family, and also just all your push behind what we have going on. This guy's a big positive influence, I feel like, behind anyone out there who just wants to do what they want to do in this podcasting game. So go give my boy Levi a follow. He's one of the realest, and I appreciate you so much for being a part here. One of my favorite Canadians, especially the darker ones, Jaffe Exotics, my boy right here. Jaffe, are you going to Arlington? Are you, if not Arlington, are you at least going to Tinley? Let me know, because I'm trying to link up, trying to roll one with you. And I think one of the best moments I had at Tinley was sitting down at a table, chopping it up with D, KG's right there. We had a couple other players, and then Jaffe sitting right next to me, and I'm just rolling blunts, and we're talking about life. And it was a good time. Jaffe, cannot wait to do that with you again, my man. Thank you so much for being here. JKJ Reptiles, Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. Thanks for being here. The homie Jordan draining threes, Heartland Reptiles in the building. What is up? Thanks for being here, player. Let's see who else is here. Jacob Letter Better Fetter, the professor of the Trap Talk Patreon family. This guy never misses. Okay, I can't say that, but he's the one to tell you that he misses before you could tell him that he misses. He's that on top of his shit. My boy Jacob never sleeps on himself. Does that make sense? Don't sleep on my boy Jacob. Go give him a follow on Instagram right now. He's seriously a force to be reckoned with. I'm telling you now, his projects, if you think last year was anything for this guy, this year, I'm telling you right now, mark my words, Jacob Letter Better Fetter. Cannot wait to bring him on a Thursday night, because Jacob, you're getting a Thursday night slot, my man. I'm telling you, you're on your way, buddy. Ray Nevada, what's up? Thanks for being here, buddy. Miggy's Morse. Miggy's, Miguel, am I going to see you at Arlington? This fool goes to the shows. I got to say, props to this guy, because this will be grinding, going to the shows, and that's what you got to do to really become anything in this game. Go leave your basement. Not that he lives in a basement, just saying, example wise, leave your house and go fucking meet people. Be more than a social media presence. I'm dead serious. Elite Exotics, BP, the homie Big John in the building, Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. The homie Eclipse tapping in from Sweden, and I believe he's working right now. I think it's 4 a.m. right now where my boy's at, and he's tapping in. This is a real one in the building, and he's a Trap Talk Patreon member. Thank you so much for being a part of the team. It means a lot, bro, seriously. And, you know, anywhere from a different country just, like, hits me different. You know what I mean? I think it's awesome. Sinful Serpent Exotics in the building. What's up? I like that name. Trademan Exotics. This fool has heat. More than just ball python heat. He has chondro heat for the man Socrates. I will always rep that guy. So Trademan, if you're in the building, and he's a Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. So all good things coming from the homie Trademan Exotics. Go give him a follow. Scale Fins and Feathers. Josh, I dropped you. I gave you props last night on the 300th episode special with Brandon Van Asten and Brian Susan. Did any of you guys watch that? If any of you are into tree monitors and you didn't watch that episode with Brandon and Brian, that's like WrestleMania Ultimate Warrior Hulk Hogan. Like, and when there was 2 belts up, not that they were going back and forth, but technically just go watch it, please. And I brought you up, Josh, and it was a good episode because you helped me get my Pristinus eggs. And yeah, it's my boy, Scale Fins and Feathers. Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. Constricted Connection, Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. Matty Yates, big Matty Yates in the building. Matty, you'll be at Arlington, I'm assuming, bud. Well, it's good seeing him at the Pomona show. Really love the fact that he was at Pomona show because players like Matty Yates need to be at a West Coast Reptile Super Show. Super shows are the best. I love them. Shout out to Rami, by the way. Joe DeStefano. What's up, Joe? Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. The homie Nate Dogg in the building. Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. Eric's Morph Factory in the building. Galaxy Reptiles. Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. Angel, what is up? Bosa, the homie Bosa Balls. Kike in the building. Exotics Keeper version. What's up, player? Thanks for being here. Look who it is. Renowned Reptiles. The real big dog. The real big dog in the building. I cannot help but to end it in player fashion with Nicholas. This is my boy right here. Okay, I am going to drop the super chat. Guys, Monday, let's go. I'm grinding. You're grinding. Drop some super chats for your boy, especially if you really want a topic or a question for the homie Harry Wang. If we're talking about something, you're like, dude, I need to ask this. Drop a super chat, man. $1, $10, $100. No, I'm just kidding. $10 is cool. I'm just kidding. Hey, listen, thank you so much for the super chats. I appreciate it. All the love and support, I appreciate it. But guys, it is game time, okay? It's about that time to finally sit down with my man, Harry Wang, the one breeder homie who went to my wedding. Can you believe it? And I had a fucking good time with this guy. Like, literally, oh man, he really made the wedding what it was. A destination wedding is not easy for people to go to. Well, him and his wife are gangster as fuck. They pulled up and we had the time of our life. So we're going to talk about it, man. So do what you got to do to stay hydrated. I got water, other stuff. And then do what you got to do to get your mind right. I'm not judging. No meth. But anyways, it's going down. Here we go. It's Monday. New Breeder on the Block series. Episode 301 with my man, Harry Wang, Royal Canvas Exotics. Let's go. Cheers. You ready for do more in the future? Trap Talk podcasts?
Yes.
Man.
Only Trap Talk. Exclusive.
Yes.
Exclusive. Oh.
So stop calling us.
Rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the crop, gotta love it or not. I'm hot from the hop to the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with everybody, we do it. Everybody, we do it. Do it. Do it.
And we're live.
Yo,
RCE, Harry Wang in the build. Hey, hold on. Is that a new logo?
what's going on? Oh yeah, it's subtle,
No,
you know.
What?
But
What? Dude, why are you such a subtle mover? Like, meaning you be making big moves and not tell nobody about it. Like, you know what? You know what I'm referring to is back when you had hats out and I didn't know you had hats out. It was on the low key, and apparently mine got lost in the mail. But like, man, I'm just saying, I've always felt like one thing you never lacked was your logo and how you presented yourself, Harry. But we'll get into that tonight. But how you doing, dog? You're finally here on Trap Talk. I don't know why it took so long, but you're here, bro. What's good?
Dude, I'm so excited, man. This is awesome, bro. I just have to say, man, your supporters, bro, man, they are something else, man. It's all love, bro. I could see it, man. It's really amazing, bro.
Yeah, man. But also too, you know, I think this is love well deserved coming from somebody who like Harry, you haven't been the loudest breeder in the building because you have a lot of things happening in your life, but like you still post work that you're raising up and stuff you've been investing in. So you haven't really gone anywhere. People know that you're around and shit like that. So I'm just happy, bro, because at the end of the day, you know, I mean, you've been in the game just as long as I have at this point, and you see a lot of fluctuation of people coming and going, and certain like, you know, wannabes and like, you know, there's like those people who want to support so aggressively in the beginning and then they die off or some shit, you know what I mean? And you know how that works. Anyways, I'm glad it's not us, and yeah, man, because listen, Harry, your stuff is like, I think last year was because I think the year before last year you were making some hets that I were like, man, he's making some stupid double hets. That was 2 years ago. And then last year, you actually are making some visual hets. You know what I mean? And I'm starting to see the pattern here, buddy. Like things are, you know what I mean? And that was the game plan from all along. And I just kind of want to talk about that real quick as far as your growth as a new breeder so far. What was your game plan from the start, if you don't mind talking about that?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like I was always about you know, doing things on my own pace. You know what I mean? You know, a lot of people, I feel like they want to chase everything and, you know, get the next big thing or hatch the next big thing. And like, you know, of course that's awesome. Like I want to do that too. But I'm a really big firm believer on like, you know, doing things at your own pace, you know, doing things that, you know, like what you can handle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I heard stories of people like, you know, risking it all for like this dream, but like, I don't know. It's like, do they really understand how much work it takes? Do they really understand like how hard it's going to be? And like, you know, just the amount of effort that they would need to put in, right? It's not just about like buying really expensive animals and then not knowing what to move that expensive animal in like 5 years or 10 years from now. Right. So yeah, I mean, I'm just like focusing on myself right now and just trying to, you know, build slowly, quietly, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, if we could kind of talk about some realness, I feel like that was always part of the game plan, but you had certain things happen in your life what made like almost pushed you to be even more quiet, right? Like you had an injury with your ankle, and because I noticed a beast kind of was born out of you after that. Like because you were very motivating, you know, because I know you and I were both going through injuries at that time. And I didn't know you were really suffering the way I was suffering until you started posting videos of you pushing yourself, working out hurt. You know what I mean? What was that like, bro? I mean, I kind of have an idea, but like for you, like, did that kind of make you stronger? Do you feel like, or was that more a depressing stage in your life? Let's talk about that.
Oh yeah, it was you know, at first it was definitely depressing, man. Like just this whole process was a shock to me that I would have to undergo the surgery to like be able to walk normally again, you know.
Just to be normal.
Yeah, you know, and then like I was in the military, I was in the guard and I was working full time for the military, and I wasn't able to do that no more from the surgery. And then just like the recovery process for the first like month or two was kind of depressing because I was like borderline addicted to like pain medication. Like every like 2-3 hours I would be in so much pain, and I'd be like, you know, I'd tell my wife like, yo, Semi, give me, I need the oxygen.
Dependent. Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
because
man.
I mean, because dog, like here's the thing, like normally, like see, back when I was fucking with Oxy, I never fucked with Oxys because Oxys, like I knew Oxys were like, but I used to fuck with Norcos and like Vicodin. Because basically I used to jack them for my grandma would have so many, and she would like here and like not that, you know, God bless my grandma, but she would like I was taking advantage of that basically, you know. But you know, I liked it like that. But when I was actually very hurt, like when I was going through it, I felt like a fucking vegetable on the couch. Like I felt like I was like I could drool. Like I felt like I could just be like you know, like I'm not like I'm not there. You know what I mean? And after a while, bro, I was like, this cannot be like. I was like, I can't get used to this shit. Like this is not like exactly. I'm good. And I told myself, like it was meaning more to me to go through the pain than to be numb. I'd rather fucking feel something than to be numb. You know what I mean? And I mean, I had to bite off a lot more than I could chew, man, because I went through so many different surgeries. My knee, my what, and then my leg, and then my leg, bro, all within 1 year. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're a trooper too, man. I've seen that progress, man. I was like, God damn, man.
God damn, bro.
I mean, watching you go through it is motivating too. You know what I mean? Like in that, like it really puts a level of perspective for me. Like, yo, you think this is bad? Yo, my man's over there suffering too. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. But doesn't it make you like, you know, for one thing, I feel like you're very passionate about people not feeling sorry for themselves because like you have no idea how much worse it could be for your situation. And some of these people have no reason to bitch and complain. Like, and it's like, and like your energy goes to something that is so useless. Where like if you really look at your situation, you like it's just being more thankful, you know, and like for somebody who's fought for this country, I mean, you were in the service and you've like you gone on deployment, right? If I'm not mistaken, or no?
No, I haven't. My unit's actually they're in Africa right now.
But you did crazy trainings for a while. You've been gone. Like I remember you'd be gone for a couple weeks at a time. And I'm like, where's Harry? And like, I got no service, dog. Like you'd be like doing some crazy shit. So were you training to go to deployment and you basically you got hurt before that happened?
So every year, like we go through like a rotation every 4 years, and then like every year we were training up towards to that deployment. When I got injured in 2020, the latter part of 2020, my surgery was scheduled for 2021 April, and I think my unit got word that they were deploying in 2022, sometime at the end of 2021. So it was like, it's just like, I don't know, like when I think about it, it's kind of like at the same time when I got word that I need to get surgery, I got word that I'm having a son. And then later on, I got word that, you know, my unit is deploying. And it like, at that point, it was like, man, like, I want to be here for my son to raise my son. You know what I mean? Like
changes everything, right?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Like having a son really changes your life, man. And then like he was a huge motivating factor for me to like really push myself to heal faster. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Because I was able to see like I was just like, yo, how am I supposed to like play with him? How am I supposed to run with him? You know what I mean? Like when my knees hurting, my ankles, you know, fucked up. Sorry, I don't know if I could curse, but yeah, it's just my
yeah, bro. You could cuss all you want, please. Feel freely. I'll take. I don't. You know, Donnie's like, you know Donnie from Nerd. I'm not sure you know who Donnie is, but he's been leaking out. He's been leaking out with me like, MJ, stop cussing before the first like 5 minutes, and I'm like, I'll try, but honestly, fuck the $6 I'll make off this video. I'd rather cuss. Like I rather like, you know what I mean. I don't. You know, if they want to dock me for shit, you're not paying me enough, anyways. YouTube. I'll cuss all I want. You know, until the checks are really coming from YouTube, then I'll maybe consider it, you know, but right now, anyways, cuss all you want, bro. You're good.
But he was my son was definitely like, before he was even born, I was just like, you know, I had it in my mind already, like, yo, I better be able to run, you know, while he starts walking. You know what I mean? Like I better be able to crawl with him. Like, so I was just pushing myself to get through that like recovery process. So,
I mean, understand how much people who are dependent on painkillers, just like when they're doped up and shit, like when they're on one, they don't give a fuck. Like some of the times they just don't care about certain things, or vice versa. When they're not on it and they're miserable, they really don't care about things. And why should a baby or a child go through any of that? Like why that's what's awesome about you. Like, obviously it's obvious. Like you can't sit here and sulk and feel sorry for yourself and make this healing process take even longer and let your son just grow up, see this. You know what I mean? Like, because they don't forget shit, bro. Like man, like I don't know. I remember things as a young age, you know. I think things that not even my mom and dad understand that I know, but I know. And I'm always gonna, like, I have so many lessons from my life, which I'm not proud of everything that I've done, but everything I've done, I'm taking into this next stage into my life, and I'm gonna be all over it, bro. Like, you know, I just don't see my son outdoing me. Like, I don't see him. I don't, and people are gonna laughing at this, probably like, oh, MJ, you wait, but I don't see this motherfucker outsmart me at all, bro. Like I want this challenge. Like, I can't wait for this fucker to be 13. And I'm like, motherfucker, I smell pot. I ain't stupid. You know what I mean? and that's my weed. That's my. I'm just kidding. Lily ain't laughing right now. She's like, it ain't funny. I don't know, I'm just kind of expressing my old past coming up. You know what I mean? But okay, you know, I want to know first and foremost how you took care of the collection while you were injured. That was my biggest thing. That, you know, luckily I had help. But bro, I forced myself. Like, I could have easily asked for help, but I wanted to work. I missed my animals so much that I would be miserable, hobbling around, all fucked up, just doing things. But yeah, how did you deal with it? I'm sure Semi helped out a lot, but like, how are you delegating, working, you know, being so injured and recovering from shit and then taking care of the animals?
Bro, dude, like, so Semi, when I basically was not able to move out, because I was just like, I was told not to move for like the first week and a half, because as soon as I get up, like, all the blood rushes to my leg, and just the pressure was like, the pain was like undescribable. But Semi took care of a lot of things. Like, she would go downstairs and like do everything like I asked her, like, hey, can you make sure the water's good? You know, they're shedding, like spray them down or whatever. You know, check for eggs and all that stuff, pull the eggs. So she was doing a lot of things. And I had a friend come by too that helped out a lot too. Like, he, you know, he was always down to help me out with anything. Like, he was there at the hospital when I came out, and I was like, you know, he helped Semi take care of like me, because, you know, she was just one person. So dude, it was crazy, man. She had to like bathe me and everything,
bro.
Like, yeah.
My wife's seen parts of me that not even I've seen parts of. You know what I mean? I and nobody else, mind you, either. Maybe my mom, but like, you know, bro. Thank God for our wives, bro. Like, and I always love Semi, man. I still love Semi, but man, having you guys at the wedding meant so much, because like, here's a couple, like, you guys obviously, when did you guys get married? It was what, 2017. 2017. So obviously you guys were married for a few years before me and Lily got married, but I saw the bond you guys had, and I could, you know, it's easy to see through. Like, if somebody is active on social media, you could see if they have a close relationship with their spouse or not. And you could see if it's genuine. And I always knew you and Semi were a team. Like, I always knew there was no, you know what I mean? Because I read through the lines sometimes, and you could tell some things look like they're good, but they're really not. And what really sealed the deal is when you guys came to Mexico, and to have you guys at the wedding, and just to have that energy and that, like, you know, remember how much fun we had, bro? Like, dude, we got
that was a blast, man.
The daytime fades, bro, on the beach, and then Semi straight fucking, like, she fucking somersaulted your ass on the sand, bro. I don't know. I think she suplexed you or something. But I was like, yo, and I was like, she is strong, and I was so epic. But
bro,
she really is, man. But that's your backbone,
that
dude.
Was fun.
Not a lot of people have what we have, you know what I mean? And it's kind of like it's such a blessing. But anyways, you know, it's crazy when you have to rely on someone to take care of you, because your standard or because your situation. But dude, it's like, man, I was being taken care of like if I was 90 already, like if I was like in a fucking home, you know, like, you know, I think I even had diapers at one point. I'm not joking. Like, I think I had to wear one of those things. I'm not joking, bro.
Bro.
Yeah, I need to shut up. Yeah,
I saw that and I was like, damn, man, I feel bad for my man, yo.
Oh man. But you know, I felt one thing that you did really playerish in the game is like, you know, you're plugged up with people like Miguel. I'm like Miguel's one of your good friends till today, and how easy to take this game anywhere when your boy's Miguel. Like, Miguel could set you up and take you anywhere you want to go, right? But you've never been in a rush. Like, you've always been selective on even things you buy from the homie, right? But like, imagine if you were an impulser, more to the sense of like, I want all these clutches. Like, imagine if you had all these things going while you were hurt. Like, I felt like everything happened in a sense where you were able to manage it and it wasn't out of control. Because like I said, it could have. I mean, here, we've been in this game long enough together where you could have took this to a whole nother level if you wanted to. Like, I mean, no, like, you know what I mean? Like, but like that, luckily that wasn't the game plan for you, and it worked
Mhm.
out to your extent because now you're recovered, and now things
Yeah.
are still flowing.
Oh yeah, things are definitely going, man. It's really like it's really exciting, like to see like things that you're anticipating like actually coming to fruition. You know what I mean? So
Now,
it's
what
great.
was the biggest turnaround for you last year? As far as because, like I said, there's a few things you hatched out last year that I was like the one in the thumb. This was a correct me if I'm wrong, but did you buy this snake or make this snake right here? The one in the thumbnail. I can't remember.
I hatched that one. Yeah.
Right. Okay. And this was last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And I distinctly
Oh,
remember this snake. This was
2022, yeah.
this was one of the ones that kind of like I had to sit down and look at it for a little bit. So was it what one of these snakes or what was it last year that kind of made you feel happy with where things were going for 2022? Do you have anything that really stood out to you from last year?
Yeah, I think like this snake definitely was one. The hypo pastel leopard puzzle was definitely a big one for me. Um, that the double recessive was like that's what I'm trying to focus a lot of my attention on, like having double triple recessive stuff. So just having a double recessive that's like with hypo and puzzle, like I was like, damn, that looks dope, man.
But I feel like that was kind of something you were aiming for even a couple years ago. Like it's not something like if correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember you had puzzle and hypo shit like this cooking
Mhm.
up or whatnot 2 years ago. Am I right?
Like I was working, I had like hets, and double hets, and then it actually, because it takes time to actually hit it, and you gotta hope, you get good luck too. So
Right.
like I finally actually got some luck and hit 2 visual double recessives. So I was pretty hyped about that, man.
This is gonna kind of like we're going left real quick. Why do people hate on hypo still? Like this is 2023. Like why is there still a debate with hypo? I am so confused. Like it's like I get it. Like single hypo, you can't really flex too hard, but you put that shit with DG or puzzle, and it's a game
Yeah.
changer. So it's like,
Oh yeah, man.
I mean, stuff like that. Like I mean, whenever at the end of the day, you should always do what you feel right, but like you always feel like it's things are being said to be misleading sometimes. Do you feel like sometimes in the ball python game, like even stuff that people are kind of rallying behind, you feel like, man, you guys are being duped right now? That's what I feel sometimes.
Right.
I really
Yeah,
do.
like that's the thing. I feel like there's a lot of influence in
A lot of
in-
influence, right?
so-
Like and like not self-influence. Like it's like
right.
you're being not pressured, but you're being bamboozled. You know what I mean? Like how are you gonna knock hypo? That is wild. Like I mean, it's almost to where you almost can't knock almost any gene. I mean, you can even throw a little spice of spider into something, and it can be something sick. You really
Right.
can.
Yeah, exactly. That's
So
the thing, man. Like
hey,
that's why I think it's important for people to just like, create their own vision. You know what I mean? Like chase what they want to chase, what they like to chase. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, at the end of the day, you gotta see what's popping on the market. You know what I mean? Like if you
right.
but at the end of the day, if you're like what like you gotta think like what are you doing this for? You know what I mean? Like are you here
Exactly.
to just chase what everybody else is doing, or like what the trending market, like what the trending thing is? Because you got big influences in the game that's gonna put some stuff out, and then next thing you know, that's the pop and gene. Are you gonna continuously keep chasing that, or like you're gonna just do whatever it is that you're passionate about, like whatever it is you want to see?
And if
So
I
I
mean,
think that's important, man.
if you really geek out on certain people's collections who are considered the top of the game, like they all got their own thing going on, and that's what I fucking love. And like even
Yeah.
somebody who's as close, like Miguel, has gone through a lot. I don't know. I mean, I want to say a lot through Justin. Like he's like it's so much back and forth between the two, but they're different. Like they're like Miguel is purposely working with shit that he wants, but it's working around Justin and what he's doing. So
Right.
that's why
that's
if
the
you
thing.
pay attention, you see that Justin's still one of Miguel's best customers in the United States. Well, because Miguel's making shit that Justin wants. So if you can find that dynamic out there, and that dynamic, like that is just a dream team dynamic. But like for instance, like you and I could have something like that if it worked out, or like it doesn't matter. Like there's people out there where if you guys have the right chemistry, and I don't influence like breeding projects because like that's a scary thing to get into because money's a motherfucker, bro. Money switches, money brings somebody out, brings something out of somebody that they're not like, but now you know what I mean. So you got to be careful. But if you talk about two dogs like that on their level, like they'll be stupid to fuck each other over. But people still do. People don't care, bro. People. That's why it's like not that they would, but you just got to be careful.
That's
you never know,
thing,
Harry.
Man. Like that's the thing. Like money really just amplifies who somebody really is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially
like
especially somebody who's never seen it or had it the way that this game could bring it to you. I'm telling you right now, like if you do things right, this game could bring you money that you've never seen before. And but what's crazy is like I don't know, like everything I usually make in this game goes right back into it. You know what I mean? Like and so it's kind of like Monopoly money. Like it's like man, I got 15 racks in the bank account, but I have about 9K worth of shit on the way right now. And it's like, and it just keeps, and it's almost like you have to do that. Like in order to kind of always keep shit moving. And while you're doing that, you need to be looking back and saying, okay, what do I not need? And that's one thing I always did. I always made sure, first and foremost, can I get money within my collection to get what I need? And I will literally sit, like, how Will, one thing about Will Moros is like, he says he whips out a lawn chair, busts open a few Bud Lights. He busts out a few Bud Lights and he just looks at the rack, and I would do that thinking like, cause I have so many different species. I have so much going on. I'm thinking, what do I not need? And that's limited now. Like back in the day, I could do that all day, but now I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff and I've just dialed into what I just want to work with. But that's when you have shit that you've been raising and you are like basically have equity within the collection, you can almost get whatever you want. You know what I mean? As long as it's nice and it's something that people have demand for, you know what I mean? But that's what you got to be a player in this. But okay. So last year, how many clutches did you have?
I only actually had 13.
But 13 that's not peanut. Like I mean, if we're talking to somebody like Garrick DeMeyer or something, he's gonna be like, what, I had 13 last week, you know what I mean? So but to me, I think like I said, bro, like I could easily, like I sold over 30 females, like proven breeder females that I had already bred for me this year. And I could easily hold them back and just made more snakes this year. But I was like, because in my head I'm like, dude, I could hit 50 or I could hit, what was the number? I think like 40-ish clutches. If everything goes, I could hit 40 clutches this year. But I'm like, do I really want that much? I remember last year I hit what? I think 12 or 13 last year as well. Oh no. Last year the year before that I hit 12. Last year I hit 26. Okay. Damn. Last year I hit 26 clutches and dude, imagine another, let's say a possible 15 on top of that. I'm good. And then I have 80 eggs in the incubator right now because of this big bitch. This fucking,
yo, that's great. I saw that, bro.
I
40 that shit. I was like, damn.
42 eggs, dog. She laid 10 more eggs than she did last year. And these are 10 super dwarf tick eggs, bro. But dude, I ain't mad, bro. Hey, listen, this is what you get what you ask for sometimes. You know what I mean? So I ain't mad, man. It's just like I said earlier, if I'm glad that you're somebody who's in no rush or you're trying to be something you're not, because imagine if you wanted to be Mr. Big Number Clutch guy and you had all this shit cooking and happening while you were hurt. And then, you know what I mean? Like, and then you and I know what it's like to lose a snake or go through fucked up shit, which obviously makes you who the breeder is, but it's not fun to go through. Like, I hate going through that shit. Like, even if it's something you have no control over, you don't want to go through that shit a lot. Like and if you can avoid it, then avoid it. The last thing I'm going to say, and I knock on wood, but I got one last horror story that I did to myself when moving into this room. And I want to it's not as bad as me killing 4 snakes, even though kind of it is, but it doesn't feel as bad because there were just eggs. But there was I'm just being real, bro. I'm sorry. And I want people to feel better about themselves. But the second day I had all the animals moved in and I got my garage insulated and I got this new fucking jack things. It was all brand new, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking, but I was like, okay, this garage doesn't need to ever be open again. I'm gonna put the latch on, even though it has an automatic latch. I put the manual latch on, and then of course, stupid ass MJ. The next morning, I'm all stoned. I hit the garage door open to open it, and then and the latch is on, so it fucking pops off, and the garage is like this, and I'm like, oh my God. And of course it's raining balls. And I'm like, and it never rains in San Diego, but it's been super wet the last few weeks. So it's like, it's like low 50s, high 40s. I just got things in the room and everything's blowing in. So I'm stressed out. So as I'm going through things, I see a clutch. I'm like, oh great, a clutch. Right. And it was a pretty, I was looking forward to this clutch, but it was a GHI pinstripe 100% het clown for the homie Nicholas. Nicholas sent me the snake, and they went to my GHI Lesser hypo. So I wanted to make super GHI pus het clown 100% het hypos. She gave me 7 eggs, and I was like, and mind you, this is not blaming the sponsor sim container, but I had no more sim containers left, and I was like stressing because the garage was open. So I found my old school method, which is just regular plastic bin, right? I put them in there, and I was like, fuck, I have no perlite, and so I was like, well, I'll just do water. I put it back, I put it up. Put it up with no water. And so I'm thinking, hey, everything's good, right? So I checked 3 days ago how the eggs are doing. They're fucking shriveled like this because there's no water. Shit. There's no humidity inside so they, the thing about my walk-in incubator right now, like it cooks perfectly, but the humidity, if I don't have a humidifier in there, it's super low. It's like 20. And so that's what I'm working on. And the humidity has not been up to par. And so I basically dried out 7 eggs. Fucking cool.
It's it's all trial and error, bro. You know what I mean? It
is. Oh, dude, that's what I'm saying. The moving thing. Be ready, guys. And I had so much things happening where my mind, like, it's easy to miss steps. Like, come on, that's and not common, but if you're moving quickly, you have a garage door opening, kicking in fucking wet rain. You're just moving, And so it was just, it's just like I'm saying, guys. Anyone who's doing what I just did, you got to be ready. Triple check, quadruple check. Have help. Like, here's the problem. I don't like asking for help because I'm so meticulous and I like it my way. And unless it's heavy, I'll use your help. But other than that, I can move it. And so, but that could be a problem because people, like, if I had someone with me, they could be like, hey, don't forget to put water in that fucking. You know what I mean? So, yeah. You just gotta live through it day by day, man. Now, sure, man. So 13 clutches under your belt last year. What is the game plan for you now? Obviously making cooler and sicker shit is the game plan, but production wise, like, are we looking to get more than 13 this year? Are you looking to stay at 13 clutches this year? What is that all about?
I'm looking at about trying to hit 30 this year.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, but like, I think what actually a lot of my females reabsorbed last year too, because like, I guess, like, while I moved them, like the process of moving too kind of messed up their cycle, so a lot of them reabsorbed. And then I had that one clown het DG to I was trying to make a black pastel yellow belly DG clown, and that clutch slugged out on me. So that that one hurt.
Wait, black pastel yellow belly DG clown.
Yeah. So I was
no head. You were trying to go for double visual on that.
Yeah, it was a black pastel yellow belly double head to a clown het DG.
Jeez.
So I was I was trying to hit that, and
how many eggs? How many eggs did she slug out?
Slugged out 7. Yeah, 6 or 7, I think. 6.
How many clutches are you experiencing slugs? And don't
that was the only one ever, bro.
Okay, cool.
That was, dude. I was like, man, the year before that, I was like, oh, not that bad. I maybe had 1 or 2 slugs there,
right?
And I was like, all right, seem to have maybe gotten it down. And then that last year, I hit like that whole clutch with slugs. I was like, fuck my life, man. What the fuck am I doing wrong?
I mean,
and then after that, I had no no slugs at all. Knock on wood. Fucking knock on wood.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's like, the same this year.
I think you know, at the end of the day, like, I mean, I remember, I mean, your first couple years were smooth. I don't remember you having any kind of like crazy deformities or anything like that, right? Like, because I don't know.
Oh, dude. No, I'm sorry. I actually did. I had a Desert Ghost clutch, bro. That like, dude,
Tell me.
I did not anticipate it because the eggs looked perfectly fine,
Right.
like through the whole process, man. And then you know, cutting the eggs and like there was like two like really fucked up looking snakes. Like they were fucked up. And like they were alive.
Oh,
Like,
I hate that.
bro, yeah, and I was just like, yo, what the fuck? I mean, they're indigo food, but
Yeah.
like still,
Yeah.
like I was like I don't know, it was so random, man. But yeah, it happens, man. It's all part of the game, man. Like I've learned to accept it, you know.
I mean, yeah, it's a part of anything you breed too. Like, I mean, my boy Sock, who breeds like green
Yeah,
trees,
yeah.
like he'll send me pictures of like like, dude, this green tree would have been next level, but it has no upper fucking face, or it has no fucking, and it's like, what the fuck is this? And then he'll write it out too, like, oh, let me see if I can get it eating or something, and I'm like, bro, it has no face, it's just a tongue. And so it's like, what the fuck? This is crazy. It's just bizarre, like how like the shit we could experience. But you gotta almost be numb to it. Like you can't really like. It's a part of it. Like,
oh yeah, man.
even humans. Think
That's
about
the
humans
thing,
that come out. Think about humans that don't come out fully developed and shit. Like it's a fucked up part of life. You know what I mean?
It could definitely like stuff like that can really discourage people. You know what I mean? Like I for sure was discouraged, and I was like, yo, what the fuck, man? What did I do?
Yeah.
You know, what am I doing wrong? And then, you know, it's like that process, you know what I'm saying? Like you hit a road bump and you're just like, fuck, like I can't do this right. I'm doing it wrong. You know what I mean? And then everything else after that is just another building step to bring you like, you know, bring your confidence back up and stuff. So
the beauty about ball python,
that shit happens,
the beauty about ball pythons is, for instance, like if you have 20 opportunities, and mind you, if you're doing everything right, temperature is good. If you have 20 females that could possibly go for you, and let's say 13 of them go for you, you're not going to be dealing with 13 fucking slug clutches. You're not going to be dealing with 13 clutches with deformities if you're doing things right, mind you. And if you don't have the worst luck in the world, okay? But if you dabble, like here's the thing, right? Like every time I've had a chondro clutch, it was my only chondro clutch of the year. So everything always rode on that one clutch. And what do you think happened, bro? Do you know what happened in my most recent chondro clutch that I could have sworn from the get-go was going to go all the way, and then I got one to die at 9 months.
Yeah, I saw that, bro. It was still like a neonate. Is that what they?
Yeah. So red neonate. So okay. So first and foremost, I fucked up. Like I treated this goddamn clutch, even though I went this far, things were looking this good. I was like, well, hey, I've cut a fucking ball python clutch mistake one time on day 47. They made it, and so so. I basically lied. It was day 52. So day 52, these eggs looked wrinkled. They look really good. I lied to myself and said, oh, that one has a scratch on it. That one, like I convinced myself that one was trying to get out and it wasn't. So I was like, let me help it. So I fucking, I snip it. I barely, and I remember from the first time that I snipped it too big, and that was from, so I was like, I'm gonna barely snip it. And so I snipped it, and I see an eye, like it was like fucking Jurassic Park, bro. And I was like, oh, and it was, and then his head was moving. I'm like, dude, these are. I told myself these are ready. These are ready. So what did I do? I cut all 11 of them. Or no, wait, 15. I forget.
Oh shit!
I forget. I have to go back, but I cut all of them open, thinking I'm good, you know. And guess what? From what I remember, they were all alive. Okay, so I'm pretty sure it was 11. So then the very next morning, I noticed, because I was trying to see what was coming out, and I noticed nothing was really coming out, but maybe three of them had their heads out, and I'm like, I was like, what's up with the rest? And then I know the rest were like drying up a little bit. I'm like, dude, this isn't normal. And I noticed 3 died out of the 11. So I'm I was like, why'd they die? And I pull them out, and you know, it just looks like something might have happened. So whatever, not sure what happened. And then the next day, 3 more died, and I'm like, fuck, 6 are gone right off the bat. And so I'm tripping out. I'm like, what the fuck? There's 6 more left, or 5 more left. And then I come back, 2 more die. And I'm like,
bruh.
Yeah, and I'm losing it, right? And then I have
Yeah.
three. I have three that look solid. They're perched, and I'm like,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
I'm like, dude, I'll take three. I'm in my head.
Yeah.
I'm like, I got three, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and what do you think happens, bro? Eating goes perfectly. All three of these motherfuckers ate, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The third one, the issue with the third one, okay, what I mean by third one, MJ2203, right, which was the last one to come out. It was eating, but it never shed. Okay, so
Oh,
it
shit.
basically suffocated. Like I remember seeing this thing go into shed, and it would never shed. And I'm like, what the fuck's happening? Why isn't it shedding? And then it would go back to, it would almost go back to its normal color. And I'm like, this is weird. I remember looking all over there, like, where's the shed? And it wasn't shedding. So I remember at one point I came in and it was on the floor gasping, like trying to breathe. And I'm like, so my heart instantly was like, son of a bitch, bro. Like that one didn't make it. And then number two, right? MJ2202 comes along. On meal number 9, it prolapses. Okay. And then it prolapses, and I've never dealt with a neoprolapse. This fucking thing looked like a goddamn giant balloon coming out of it. And I'm like, and so, by the way, shout out to the sponsor, Gary Shavino. Go over to GS Reptiles on YouTube. I went straight to his prolapse video, which he tells you how to take care of a prolapse once it's happened. You get raw table sugar. You basically remove the perch. You put the animal down on really damped paper towel, and you sprinkle sugar all over the prolapse. And you give it a few hours, and then it shrinks. Okay, it should work, and then you just keep sprinkling sugar on it. You don't be shy with it, but you keep sprinkling sugar, and then by the next day, that thing should go back in by itself. If not, it goes back in pretty easily after that, because it goes from being like exploding to like it just becomes like normal, right? So, and the rule of thumb technically is you don't want to feed for a couple weeks or even up to 30 days after a prolapse. You got to wait, right? So this snake looked like he was doing fine, right? And then as soon as I fed it, it rolled and died. Okay.
Oh, fuck.
So that was number 2. And then I had the number 1 that looked the most robust. Like she was like, I'm like, ain't nothing wrong happening in this one. Beastie of an eater, bro. Like and I never overfed. I just kept doing the thing, right? And then literally on month 6 of it being alive, it prolapsed. I don't know why. It was doing fine. And then prolapsed as well. And then that one prolapsed like 4 times. I kept putting it back in.
Damn.
It would do good on 1 or 2 meals, and then it would prolapse again. And that happened for like 3-4 months. And then it finally just died. And
holy shit.
And that's a wrap for MJ's 2022 Chondro project. But bro, like
a whole different game, man.
Yeah, but dude, like that right there hurts. You know what I mean? And so what I'm saying is, like, with the ball python, you'll have some winning. You'll have a lot more winning with ball python. And that's like look at the stuff you hit, bro. Like you're hitting shit to where I'm sure you're not tripping off of deformity. You know what I mean? Like you'll take it for what it is, and that's all you got to do. But it shouldn't be happening a lot. It shouldn't. If you got a lot of deformities or deformities happening every clutch, like I've seen some motherfuckers, you ain't doing something right. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah. You got to be able to count on. Like if you hitting like 30 clutches, man, you shouldn't be getting like
20 with 30 deformities.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Like you can't tell yourself, oh yeah, it's an average. One snake at every clutch has no eyes. Like that's not okay. You're lying to yourself. Don't do that. So okay, I mean, let's kind of talk about the what could happen with 30 clutches. A lot could come, right? Like let's say RCE. Did I say that right? RCE. Let's say RCE hits 30 clutches. That's potentially a lot of snakes you'd have to sell that you don't need, right?
Mm-hmm.
How are things been for you on Morph Market or snake sales overall? Like what has it been like for Harry selling snakes to the reptile industry?
I did definitely notice like a slowdown. It's interesting. Like the higher ticket items, they usually sell a lot faster for me for some reason. And then like I guess the less expensive animals, like the building blocks, they kind of they kind of stay out there for a while. But yeah, me personally, I do notice like some slowdown a little bit, and that, that's expected with the current economy. So it's just a matter of just grinding it out, you know what I mean? And just producing stuff that like people would want or things that I'm excited. Like I kind of go into the assumption that, you know, stuff that I'm excited about producing and stuff, like other people are as excited to like incorporate it into their own projects as well. So
Right.
yeah, I mean, but I definitely did notice like a slight slowdown in morph market and like sales and stuff.
I mean, because there's so much out there, right? And like you said, unless you
Yeah.
have that I don't not that there isn't a lot of snakes that people want, but the thing is it's becoming smaller and smaller and smaller because so many people are already working or on their way to working with shit that people are now just finally putting out. And then you have fucking like the Miguels and Levances and Mark Baileys and shit that are just doing like, you know what I mean? So like I said, it's dude, is this not a rat race or is it a rat race? It's a fucking rat race. I mean, it can be if you're not doing with what you want to do. If you're trying to fulfill someone else's dream or do something that's not your thing, then you're never going to be satisfied in this shit. You're just going to be broke.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. Like that's like it's easy to see like what other people are producing and being like, yo, what the fuck? Like I need to be producing that, man. Like I need to chase that. But like
yeah, but like I do that, but like I'm like with this. Like I always think like I want to make that but looking like this or like that or which I mean, bro, how many
adding your own spin to it? Yeah.
How many spins can you put on something in this game? 1 million. Like
bro.
pick your poison, you know what I mean? And you don't have to mimic someone else. I mean, listen, I will say respect. There are better versions of other things. But like how many better versions do you see of a snake than what Justin makes? Like that's like you got to find something that you make that no one makes better. You know what I mean? And even Miguel, like Miguel has certain things with his chocolate that he works with that nobody makes better than Miguel. And the list goes down. Like there's so many hitters in the game I got respect to, which make me stay in the game. And I know that's like there's a rat race you don't follow. I can tell you that, Harry, because you're like, if Harry needs a snake, there's like all you have to do is pick up your contacts. And there's so many people you talk to on a personal basis like this on the phone where you can get whatever you want, Harry. And I'm sure that doesn't stress you out. Like it must feel good to where if you ever want anything, you know where to go.
Yeah. No, yeah, for sure, man.
Important to have, you know?
I think it's like really, I can't stress enough, like, you know, to like people that are coming in right now, or even people that have been as long as I am, like, you know, you should really kind of audit your collection and like kind of make sure that like you're not taking in too much that you can handle, right? Like I know there's like a couple people who had an issue with like feeding, right? They buy way more than they can handle and they don't realize how big of a feeding bill that's going to be, you know. And I'm not going to lie, like I was one of those people that like I bought a bunch of stuff in the very beginning and I ended up with a lot of animals and I was like, dude, I'm actually spending a lot of money feeding these things. So I went ahead and started breeding my own rats.
Right.
Which I do right now.
Whole other grind.
Yeah, bro. Yo, that is like, you think, yo, dude, breeding rats, bro, it's a grind, man.
Yeah.
And like it's a process I enjoy because I know it benefits me.
Right. So it has a lot of like you have a lot of gratitude towards it because it's like, you know, it's you know that's what's feeding what you have and how much money you're saving, even though it's work. Like you ain't spending stupid money. You know what I mean? And here's the thing, you know, no disrespect to any rodent company out there, but like, you know, I never really saw other people's struggles because I was sponsored and I would just get shit like, you know, but there's other people who are dropping hundreds and hundreds of dollars on packages. And then not only that, if you think about how much they're buying and then something happens in the process of it coming and then it just throws everything off by 2 weeks. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh my, and then you're thinking these, and then nothing I hate stressing is when a hatchling needs to eat. I fucking hate that. It doesn't happen a lot, but like ever since I stopped breeding my rodents, there have been times where I had to make quick fucking pit stops to stores near me just to get like 10 fucking rat pups or whatever the case. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's so many benefits to breeding your own rats, bro. It's just, it ain't easy though. That's it.
Yeah. You really got to think like, yo, are you ready for that? You ready for that another job, bro? It's definitely another job, man.
Yeah. But like so many benefits to it though, you know, because like, you know, obviously if you are putting the right food into the rodent and and it's maintained well and the water's good and it's a healthy that's a healthy rodent going into your snake. So it's almost like you're organically growing your own food versus like the lab shit or like the, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. Like, listen, I could comfortably say now that I don't have any rodent sponsors that like you got to be careful with who you get mice from, okay? Because there has been known, I'm not saying any names, but there has been known companies who've sold frozen thawed mice to people and those animals died. I'm talking close home to me. This has happened to people, bro. And so, and I've heard it like, you know, you stay away from black mice and shit like that. These are just my tips to you guys. Okay. Just be careful out there when it comes to getting mice, because I hear a lot of those mice are coming from China and whatnot, or some sort of a laboratory or third party shit where you really don't know what are in these mice. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Huge benefit to producing your own shit because you know what's in them, you know?
Yeah.
Gotta be careful, bro.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Is that just with mice, the black mice, or?
I mean, I've even heard. Listen, I know. Like I said, I had somebody really close to me who had some animals die off a feeding session of mice in the same bag, and these mice were white. So it's not just black mice either. You know, it's also I just gotta be careful who you buy from. That's it. Just be careful. Yeah. And also, and listen, there's reviews, there's stories out there of this shit. So just go research it, go look for it. Do your job to see that, okay, this company, this is what's happening. I'm gonna stay, like, just be careful. That's it. God bless. I don't want, because I mean, imagine that. Like, imagine you feed your whole collection, you come in and they're dead. You know what I mean? Like, and that could happen. It's happened. Not the whole collection, but like I said, this guy had a handful of snakes that all died after feeding him. Fuck. I would snap. I would fucking snap. And then the frozen thawed company was like, sorry, like you can't really prove that. And it's like, what? Like, I mean, and I get their case, but still like, yeah, I'm sorry. Fuck your proof. I would be so pissed, crazy, man. And that's something that a lot of people can't recover from shit like that too, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not
but
sure.
Speaking of dieting and feeding, what's your go-to with hatchlings? Like, once you have your hatchlings after their first shed, do you like to go hopper or do you like to go rat? So what's your go-to with that?
I always do just rat pups first. And then, you know, if they don't take, I'll do like ASFs because I breed both. So,
you got ASFs, bro. Oh, I'm jealous. I can't have them, but I want them.
No. You
can't have ASFs, even though people call them field mice. I don't want to be fucking with that shit, but still, like, they when I had like about 6 colonies, and they were all cracking at one point. And but bro, no snake loves. I mean, I can't say all the snakes, but ball pythons, chondros, emeralds, even, they love ASFs. They really love ASFs, man. But yeah, I mean, how cool is
start with rat pups for sure, and then like if they don't eat.
How cool is it though breeding ASFs compared to rats? So ASFs are sick as fuck,
bro, dude.
I love them.
I'm still figuring that out because I have like just small couple colonies, but I didn't figure out, like, I didn't know, because I didn't know you were supposed to separate them when they turn like a certain size or like when they turn wean or something. But like they were like slaughtering each other.
Okay, well, here's the thing. It depends, because it depends how big you want your colony to be, right?
Right.
Because technically, from what I've seen, it's unfortunate, but there are even some pups or some little babies that just get picked on and they get fucking slaughtered. But I feel like they exile them for a reation. I feel like there's either something where you're like, sorry, you're not a part of this family no more. Kill them. You know what I mean? What helped me get successful is just not fucking with the colony. Like, I would just, like, it got so rhythmed where I think also too, the mothers do a lot of trial and error. Like, sometimes the mother's very first litter, they'll fucking kill them all. And it's like, what the fuck? And then the second time they're good. So it is sometimes them just figuring it out. But I mean, I can't tell you. I only bred ASFs for about 3 years. And I did go through a lot of that, like a lot of like, what the fuck happened? But then I did realize when they're in a good position, they're eating the right food, they have the right stuff to chew on and stuff like that. They're pretty good, you know. And then man, like fuck. The one thing that got difficult, because I could tell you, I know what it was. So I would remove. So what I was doing is I would remove the mom and the babies. Like once
Mhm.
they were babies, I would remove them, and then
Yeah.
I would put the mom back. Right. The only thing you never want to do is put the mom back in the wrong colony because that mom ain't never coming back. Like that's once one ASF is in the wrong colony, it is game over. It's like a village fucking attacking a rebel group or something. Like it's no joke.
Oh shit.
It's
Okay.
they have to be separated. From my experience, and I'm pretty sure that's what the case is with all ASFs. But I really want to fucking, man, if it's like they're not as backbreaking as the rats. Like they're like, you know, and you don't have to clean,
man.
you don't have to clean them as consistent, and they don't smell as much. They're actually a fun species of rodent to work with, but I just can't have them, man. It sucks. It's unfortunate.
Don't worry, man. I'll drive. Nah, yeah.
What's up? Okay, good.
Oh no.
What?
Yeah, the rats are no joke, man.
What's your choice of rodent diet?
So I was using Missouri. Yeah,
you got it.
And then I started using this HP diet, which, you know, I'm testing that out. But I actually got to hit up Eric from Exotic Reptile Designs in Connecticut. So like I'm gonna try to link up with him and see if, because he breeds his rodents too. You know, his rodents are like, they're nice and big and plump, and you know, they do really well on that food. So I'm trying to coordinate. I have to hit him up to coordinate something where I can, you know, pick up a pallet from him and bring it over and stuff.
What would you say the ideal feeding schedule is for your adult ball pythons? Because, you know, I'm starting to realize, bro, once a week is not, I don't think it's necessary. But I also thought for the longest time, because I feed everything once a week, which once I noticed like that was unnecessary for other species, I'm like, well, maybe it is for adult ball pythons. But I want to hear what you think about that.
So it really depends on if my female is like breeding this year. So I'll definitely feed them once a week minimum, like my breeders. And then, you know, if I see they want more in like 5 days span or whatever, or 4 day span, I'll give them another one. Because
why's your battery light flashing, dog? Go.
Yo, I got another battery. No stress, bro. I got another battery.
All right.
I'm trying to ride this one out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, go ahead and continue. But yeah, so like my males though, I will breed like once they get to a certain size, my males, I'll kind of breed them like once every 2 weeks. You know, just to keep them nice and slim and active. You know, because like my fatter males, I don't think my fatter males want to breed. I noticed like my more agile males are out there, you know, smashing and grabbing, bro. So I kind of space it out between like my males, and my males, like I'm willing to go 2 weeks without feeding. Like I'm okay with that. But yeah, each week I still try every week. I still try. Some females take it. Some females take it on like when they want. But my breeders, like they definitely work up an appetite.
So what I've been doing, Harry, is like I put this thing in my head. I was like, not every snake needs to eat every week, depending the snake, depending the time.
Yeah.
So what I started doing is like, instead of getting the normal order, I would get like maybe not half, but a little bit more than half the normal. And I just knew that there were certain snakes that weren't going to eat. But then maybe the following week, those snakes would eat, and the week that the other snakes would eat. So I just figured out a rotation. I felt like that was good. But the males were easy for me to realize that you don't need to do, like, especially if you're going to put a good sized rat, a weaned rat, or a small rat in a male.
Yeah,
you don't need it. You don't need to eat once every week at all. But I also feel though, I'm not shy of feeding a male during breeding. Like I was told like, feed them light. Fuck that. If they want to eat good, because that's fuel. And I feel like during breeding is where you can maybe get, I mean, obviously don't fucking put a huge rat in them, but like, I'm not going to go light on like, I feel like I'll go light on his off season, but if he's on right now, he needs, it's like Gatorade on the sideline. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. for sure.
Yeah,
Like, you
I'm
can
not.
tell, you can notice too after they breed. Like the male would just sit in that corner and be like, "Oh fuck," you know what I
Need a
mean? Like he
break,
busts
yeah.
a nut. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
is he just chilling over there? And then you put him back in his enclosure, and he's just like laid
yeah.
back, and then
I need a
he'll,
cigarette.
yeah, yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So
Do
you
that.
gotta like during
That's a,
that
yeah.
during that time, you gotta put a meal in him and let him chill and like relax for a couple of days or so.
Let the
And back
record
at it.
let the record reflect. I don't smoke cigarettes. Okay, I just want that was like an OG back in the day thing where people smoked after sex. I smoke weed after sex. But yeah, can we talk about one thing that really kind of brought us together and the whole crew of homies back in the day were reptile shows, man. I'm a big advocate of reptile shows because people like you I've got to meet. I mean, Harry, bro, and we're not gonna say any names, man, but like I was talking about like kind of petty shit that like I always keep notes of haters in my head, right? Like and I don't care how far back we go, but I'll never forget one of the first haters that I put in my head was somebody that you were on I talked about this not too long ago, so I'm bringing it up, and I'm not gonna mention the name, but I think you might remember the person's name. But do you remember pulling up to the trap for the very first time, and somebody calls you, you're like, "Hey, what up, man? Yeah, I'm with MJ. I'm at the trap." "Oh, you're at the trap?" And I was like, and I looked, and I was like, "Okay, that motherfucker. Okay." And so like that right there like was like an indicator that even though me and Harry are homies, other people are going to still talk shit to your homies. Like people like that. There's all these fucking haters, right? And so, and that wasn't the first guy. Trust me. After that, it just kept happening. And I was like, okay. And so but he was the very first one. Do you remember what I'm talking about? I know it was a long time ago, but do you remember that?
Damn.
When you pulled up, and you got a phone call because you got a phone call. You put it on speaker, and he said that, and you looked at me like, and I'm like, "Oh, fuck him," I was like, "I didn't give a fuck." And you're like, "All right, bro, I gotta go," and you just hung up on him. You know what I mean? It was an iconic moment for me. You know what I mean? But anyways, like you flew out to the West Coast and coming all the way across the country. And you fucking went to it was Pomona. It was a Pomona show.
Yeah.
Remember how popular that was a Pomona show where you raced Cusco in the parking lot.
Oh shit! Yeah, we were drunk as fuck too,
bro.
Man. Yeah,
and him and Andy Gabbs were wrestling in that bar. Like that was when Forrest was still alive, bro. Like this was an iconic Pomona, bro. Like I'm talking about like where I think Will Moros was at this Pomona, and Will has said that this is better than Tin. Like Will came out of his mouth. He said, "Bro, I think this is the new Tinley." Like that's when. Yeah. Bro, legends were there, bro. Like it was so sick. It was one of the best times ever, man. But I mean, how important was the shows in your marketing and you having the people that you have now in your life in the game? Do you have the shows to thank because of that, you think?
Oh yeah, for sure. 100%, man. Like these big shows are definitely important to like anyone's growth in this industry, right? Just to go out there and get your name out, meet people, network. That's always important, man. Like, and no matter what part of your like process you are in this journey, like that's important. And I can say for sure I've been slacking on that. Like I haven't been to a lot of shows.
Nicholas, Miguel. I mean, I don't have to say Miguel, but when the fuck we see Miguel at a show last time? It's heartbreaking because like finally as MJ, it's like you guys did it on purpose almost. Like, oh, MJ's fuck that. MJ's going.
No.
I feel like I do feel like that sometimes with Miguel, but then when I realize that he does that with everybody, I'm like, okay, it's not just me. But but still, man, like that's why it was like the glory days, and I do is want it back. I just or like one of those fucking shows again. And I know it's gonna happen, dog, because listen, you're not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. Miguel's not going anywhere. Nicholas, Joel, Matt Byram, Dave Dean, all the homies, bro, they ain't going anywhere. Like we're like these are real players in the game. So we'll have this.
I missed them, man. Shout out to them, bro. I missed them.
They're bro. We were all talking about earlier, in a group chat how excited we were for tonight's episode, and of course. Matt Byram wanted to send me a micro lens. He said, "You're gonna need this for Harry because he's." So and I was like, "You're an asshole, dog."
Yo, my grandpa, man, that's my grandpa, bro.
G. Paul Byram, bro. That guy, man. You want to talk about stories with Byram, man? Like that guy right there is like he'll make you never forget any reptile show.
Oh yeah,
if it's the right one, you know what I mean. But man,
bro, his hospitality too, man. Like that Texas hospitality, bro. It's real, man. It's insane.
If it's anyone proud to be a Texan, it's fucking Matt Byram, bro. Like he takes and like Bill Stiegel as well, man. I hope you get to meet Bill Stiegel someday, which I'm sure you will if you get your ass to Arlington. But I don't know. Like it's hard to predict the future, Harry. But what would you say the next show would be for you to go to if you could make it?
Damn.
I know it's hard right now.
Yeah, it would be. I would say. Like I have a really good time at Arlington, so I would have to say Arlington.
September Arlington, or are you talking about this? Are you talking about next weekend or this weekend? Are you talking about this weekend Arlington? You coming this weekend?
Oh no!
Come on, bro, you can't.
I'm not gonna lie to you, but
my heart dropped because dude, Joel's going, Nick's going, so I was like, whoa. And by the way, you are notorious too of popping up at shows without telling nobody. I think you did that. You did that at Arlington. You did that. I was like, what? Harry's. Yeah. And wasn't that the last show?
That was Tinley. I think Tinley.
No, it was Arlington, bro.
Oh, it was?
Or was Schaumburg? No, Arlington.
Yeah.
Miguel was it was with Miguel. You guys I think you guys stayed in the same room.
Oh, remember no. That? Oh, yeah. That was Arlington.
I told you.
Yeah.
That was a while. That was when we went to the strip club, right? And I was like, no offense, but it just wasn't my roster. Okay. Yeah. And for other guys were very excited to be there. I was hungry. I was also going through issues, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I remember that I saw a menu at the bar at a strip club, and I was like, I just want to see what's on the menu. And I saw shrimp. I saw jumbo tiger shrimp, Alfredo pasta. And I was like, dude, you're going to order this at a fucking strip club? I was like, well, hold on. Couple ways you could go about this. You could order this at the strip club and it could be good, but you're not enjoying it because you're at a strip club. How the fuck are you going to stuff your face at a strip club, right? I was like, but you could order this and fucking Irish goodbye it, and meaning just like order it and just dip out. And that's what I did.
Yeah.
I did say bye to. I said bye to a couple of you guys, but I got my food. I asked for extra garlic bread, bro, and hey, that was some of the best Alfredo pasta I've ever had in my entire life. Was from that fucking strip club. Jared, where you at, Jared? It was that club. It was that strip club where they all love Jared, bro. They rolled out the red carpet for him, bro. And remember, he was just like all over the place, and like, bro, it was Jared's debut.
VIP customer, man. It's,
they loved him. They love, and like honestly, if I was a fucking sleazeball, I could have had the time of my life. Like I could have, because Jared's like, oh MJ, and I'm like, no, I'm good. Every girl was bigger than me. I was like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I just want my wife, bro. I just want to go home. But no, honestly, that pasta was so bomb, and but like that was a great time. It was just so much fun, bro. Like. I just encourage people who have a respectable social media platform to get their asses to a show, because it could do better for you. Like you could actually meet somebody to put you on to the next step. And I don't know how much you expect to grow just being behind your phone all the time. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, that's for sure, man. It's definitely crucial to the growth of your business to go out to these shows.
RHACS
network. Oh shoot, yes.
All right, no, that was the name, RHACS.
Yeah,
I almost want to go back there next weekend or this weekend for the pasta, but I'm really scared. Like bro, like
you gotta bring Jared with you.
I walked out, even though I was only in that place for about 40 minutes. I walked out smelling like regret and like fucking like Samuel Adams that's been still spilt on the floor for a long time. I don't know, man. Dude, what's crazy is like how hardcore I can't say even though you, man, I mean shit, I remember I've definitely seen videos of you puking before. I can't remember it was in the car ride, right? Was that with JP?
Yeah, that was in Jared's car, bro.
Jared's car. Oh my god.
I plastered his window, and then Dave,
what about the side? Didn't you plaster the whole side?
The whole side of his car, bro. We were on the highway, man. He was booking it like 80 miles an hour or something like that.
Oh my god,
dude! What's even funnier was that Levine was driving behind us.
Oh god!
He was like, he got to the parking lot. He's like, "Yo, what the fuck is all this shit on my car, bro?"
It's all pink. It's all pink and tan and fucking god.
We had barbecue.
Barbecue.
So it was like,
I don't.
Man, it was Jared's driving. That shit got me nauseous, man.
Well,
you
I
know?
mean, okay, let's be real, Harry. Like, you're a beast, but you're not the biggest guy in the world, okay? And so when you go and eat some Texas food like that, you know how heavy that shit sits in you, bro. Like it is.
Yeah.
And if you're not used to it either, you don't eat. Come on, you eat like that? Like you
Nah.
eat good. I see how Semi cooks for you. Like you eat
Yeah.
clean, my guy. Like, and you stay in shape.
Yeah.
That Texas food is like, you got to be built for that shit. And
You gotta be built like Jared, bro.
Yeah.
Man.
Jared is like the poster child of like Texas food and human. Like that's Jared right there. You know what I mean? I love Jared, by the way. I don't know why he's not in here tonight. Normally he would be. But maybe he's getting ready. He's probably putting deposits down for RHACS and getting some tables together for this. Hey, okay, let's kind of since Jared's the homie, we could you and I could talk about this because we could I mean, we know him well enough to understand why he would have so many females but no males. Like what do you think is going on with somebody like Jared? Why isn't he breeding? Like what do you think is keeping Jared from coming on the show, because he won't come on the show, but he fucks with me, right? But B, he's not breeding anything. What's going on with our man Jared?
I think he's allergic to breeding. Not to play that. No, I mean all jokes aside, I feel like he just needs to I guess he's like he doubts himself. It all comes to self-doubt, you know what I mean? Like
I think
he wants to find that perfect male, that perfect thing, you know what I mean? Like he wants it to be perfect.
It's been 10 years. It's been 10 years, my guy. Like they're like the perfect male has come by at this point. I'm telling you right now.
Oh yeah, it's come and gone.
But with us, we're just kind of just a little roasting Jared right now. But I mean, for the most part, he does have shit that he could breed. You know what I mean? And I from what he's told me, I want to see heat coming from Jared finally. I would love it because Jared does take a lot of shit from all of us. And as of right now, the only thing respectable on his resume is how he's treated at RHACS. And that's, you know what I mean? And I want to add something else to your resume, my guy. He's a good homie too, though. Like Jared's a good, like, I mean, if it's one person that makes me feel good when I roll up to Arlington, it's when you see Jared, it's a show. It's a game time. Here we go. Now we got Jared. Very welcoming. I love Jared and Jared, I love you, dog. Seriously. But like, let's talk about one thing for sure, Harry. As much as I say I don't go to shows to buy snakes, there are certain vendors who have snakes that you would buy, right? Like you cannot say there's not heat at a show at certain shows like Arlington and Tinley's Reptile Super shows, right? What would be the one snake that like if the price was right, the genes were right, what would be the one snake that you could potentially buy at a show if you were there and it's something you really need right now? What would be that one snake you think?
Oh man.
Or something you want, like maybe you don't need it, but like you're like, I wouldn't mind fucking with that snake and I would like to see what I could do with it.
Oh man, you put me on the spot, huh?
That's not even the spot, bro. Wait for the hot Aussie questions putting you on the spot, buddy. This is I'm serving up a softball.
Yeah, I don't know. There's so much, man. Honestly, like I really want, like, I don't know, Miguel's not telling anybody, but this Sunset Desert Ghost, I really want to see what that looks like.
Wait, he has one? I'm confused.
No, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know.
Saw that. You son of a bitch.
No. I really don't know.
He's a hat or something. He has something. There's something happening with that. I feel it. Sunset DG, bro. Here's the thing. Let's kind of pause this for a little bit and let's talk about Sunset. Some people are like, fuck Sunset, bro. Like Sunset is boo-foo. Okay. Mm-hmm. I personally feel like maybe boo-foo, but it hasn't been. It deserves more time. It deserves more opportunities because I feel like the people who are very adamant about calling Sunset boo-foo are the ones who don't have it and aren't going to have it either because of money or because their projects are too deep elsewhere. But I feel like the ones making the most noise about Sunset being lame are the ones who don't work with Sunset.
Right. I mean, that is true. But like, yeah, I honestly, I've seen like some good looking ones out there, and like I've seen some terrible looking ones that, I honestly feel like, okay, yeah, this is sunset, but it doesn't really pop out to me. You know what I mean? But I feel like anything that like enhanced the colors and stuff, either darkened it or like like sunset hypos look pretty decent. Sunset clowns look really cool. Like I just really want to see what like the impact Desert Ghost has on sunset. So like yeah, I mean there's just like you said, there's so much more to be done with it to kind of rule it out. You know what I mean? Like it's just yeah, I don't know. I don't know why anyone would really rule out any gene, to be honest. Like because there's like you can add there's just so many combinations that to add to like all these different genes that like like you could hit some that's really crazy, right? But because somebody writes off the gene, it's like, oh, okay, all right. But
man, listen, I love certain people in this game, right? But certain people in this game have like a very strong opinion about certain genes. Respectable for your opinion, right?
Yeah.
I don't care who I make mad right now, okay? I don't care. I think Ultramel Monarch. I can't, dude. I'm sorry, but after I saw that taste of Monarch in a clown that Justin revealed,
yeah,
I personally,
right.
But here's the thing: we age is everything. That's what that's the one thing about this fucking game is kind of like killing me right now. Is like, let's talk about DG, right? Your boy MJ finally got into the DG game last year, heavily, like not heavily, but like respectfully, I'm in the DG game, right?
Nice, yeah.
And then I go over to fucking Canova. I go over to Canova, and he's like, "Hey MJ, you ever see white lace in a clown?" I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" And here I go. And then, of course, as we're walking to this white lace clown, he has a DG clown in his hand. I know what he's doing. I know what the fuck he's doing. So he's like, da, 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 da. And mind you, respect to a breeder like Justin, who has the amount of animals that he has, and he knows where everything's at. Okay. That I love him for that. Okay. Miguel's the same way. But anyway, so walking around, he pulls this out, same age snake. Okay. I can't tell you. I don't want to say it's like Jurassic, but it's right there on the wall. That white lace clown smacks harder than DG. And I would have never thought that. I thought DG was it. No. Yeah. There's better. It's bro, there's better. Right. Okay. And it stresses me out. Like, okay, great. It's like, fuck, I can't keep up, bro. Like, and Justin's just grinning because he's had lace and all this shit. And okay, hold on. Let's talk about another thing that I want your opinion on, right? A lot of people are under the assumption that these super codoms are just visual recessives, that they're not super codoms. All they are the visual version of what they really are. And what you thought was a codom is just a het. What do you think about that? And they're thinking lace is a part of this. So what they're saying is, they're saying, I want to pull it out, but she's very mean. But I have a lace. Let me go get it. I'm gonna show you a lace double het clown hypo. Okay, I'll be right back.
All right. What's up, guys? I don't even know how to comment on this thing.
All right, hold on. All right, can you hear me?
Yep.
I mean, you hear me, Harry?
Yep, I hear you.
All right. So look. Okay, there we go.
That's a lace, right?
That's a lace. But I mean, like, let's say this is the 1990s, right? Right? Yeah. And this would just look like a really good normal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Am I doing this right? You see what I'm saying, though, right?
Yeah,
and then you actually look at a white lace, and it's crazy, but throughout time, that thing becomes white. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whoa! Jesus! I'm putting it back.
Bro, it's just the baby, man. You'll be all right.
I'm getting bit, bro. Listen, I got PTSD from bites, bro. I don't like bites.
Bro, I'd be like, me sometimes without my shirt on, and I'll get bit right in the fucking tit, man. I'll be like, fuck.
Dude, I got bit by an adult ball python that like it bit me so perfectly that when I ripped away, it fucking sliced my goddamn pinky open. I'm not trying to be a bitch, but I'm saying like that shit hurt for 9 days. I was like, what the fuck? And it kept opening. But okay, but cap or not, like where how close are we to this being accurate? Where we believe that these super codoms are just a visual recessive. I mean, right or wrong? What do you think?
Honestly, I mean, I can see why the point is being made, and I'm just not. I'm not too well versed into that to really understand that. But what I think my opinion, like I would say, like you can say that there's similarities, but there's like the regular codoms, they are actually show like you can see the visual patterns, right? Whereas like a het,
like a GHI, GHI is obvious. Like a GHI would be a good example, right? Like a GHI is clearly its own codom. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you look at a super GHI, there's no pattern. It's just like completely dark and washed out, and it's a different snake. Right. But there are just, I feel like, other examples out there, like the lace. Like, I don't know. Like, like I said, this is just one of many examples. Or not puzzle. There's I think zebra. I forget. There's another one out there where there's like a super form that people think it's the actual recessive and not it. I don't know. I mean, I just thought this is something interesting that has recently came across a conversation of mine, and I haven't talked about this, and so like I don't know, like I think
I could definitely see like how that argument could be made.
Hey, can you give props to your homie Antoine though? Your homie Antoine fucks with you, bro. This is
Antoine is the man, dude. That dude.
Hey, you want to talk about like one of the
white lace clown shoes?
Here, hey, bro. I feel like there's a huge battle. Like Antoine, I don't know, Antoine. I need more story. Antoine was on a reel run for a while where his reels were comedy,
dude.
And I feel like I feel like you took the torch right now from him, bro. Because your reels are, bro. I'm just saying, comical reels like this not only hit home, but they're just fucking gold for the hobby. And
I would laugh so hard at Antoine's reels, man. Dude, it was so funny, man. But yeah, dude, I have so much fun making those reels.
It's funny. It's like it's kind of I don't know. It feels like it's therapeutic for you for a while because like like I don't know. You it's something about you that you I don't know. Tell me why you like to do the reels. Like, what is it about you that makes you want to do those type of reels?
I don't know. It's like
do you crack yourself up? I crack myself up sometimes. Like, do you really do you look at your shit and be like, bro, I crack myself up. And I feel like that's a good motivation. You know what I mean? Because you're fucking funny, bro. Your shit never misses. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I see it, I'm like, yeah, this one's gonna hit, man. But then sometimes it don't hit, you know what I mean? But like, I don't know. I just enjoy it because it's aside from like, because I stopped all YouTube and stuff, so it's like my opportunity to make more content and stuff off of my page and stuff. So like, besides just showing pictures and stuff like that, it gets kind of, I guess, it kind of gets repetitive. You know what I mean? And I actually, a good friend of mine was actually like, "Yo, why are you always just posting pictures of snakes? Why don't you like post some reels or something? Make some different type of content." And I took that advice and I just kind of ran with it.
Yeah.
And then now it's like, now I'm creating too many reels. I got reels backed up for like weeks and then not enough pictures.
I think the one thing that you're doing good is you're showing a face to your page. And I think that's what people want. People want to see your face. And my boy Donnie just recently told me, like, MJ, stop showing your animals, show your fucking face. And I I'm good. Like, I don't, but it also makes sense. People like to see the human behind the snake or whatever it is, like who's working with it. You know what I mean? And I've noticed since I've been doing this shit, since I've been doing reels with like my face or whatever, it has been making quite a difference. You know what I mean? Especially with subscriber count. And so that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of this stuff, it's not that man, if you would have asked me 6 years ago that I'd be doing this social media shit, bro, I would have been like, you're cap. There's no way. Like, but like it just kind of brings you into it. Like, I think what kind of helped you with your reels on Instagram of you being so like with it looking so good the way it is because you fuck with TikTok. Like you got TikTok going on too.
I did for a while.
What do you mean? You don't fuck with TikTok? Don't you have 100K or something crazy on TikTok? I thought you have a lot on TikTok.
Yeah, I had like 116,000 followers or something on TikTok, but like I don't know, man. I just like to me that like none of that really mattered.
It's not like they were paying you. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's like where's the motivation? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was like, and it became too much to honestly juggle everything back and forth, like on the TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook and stuff. I still have a hard time just keeping up with like Instagram and Facebook together. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, because like, I don't know, like if you go down, like I'm a firm believer that if you go down this reel of like this whole social media thing, it could eat you alive. You know what I mean? You lose hours of your day.
It puts you in a fucking world that's not reality in a sense. You know what I mean? Like because you care about things that are like only because it may help you, but it's not going to guaranteed. And you don't know that. Like, bro, like I understand why not everyone makes good money on YouTube because not everyone's willing to put in the sacrifice. And if you want to talk about motherfuckers who put in sacrifices, I've never seen a beast on YouTube like Barcheck. Barcheck is a beast, bro. Like he dude, like he has an editor, like he has so much money behind why he's a beast, but nobody puts content out like Barcheck in the reptile game. But nobody has the amount of money invested. Like even other people, I won't say names, but even other people, they go cheap. They look for the cheapest work. Barcheck will go through people until he finds the right person, and he's had the right person. Shout out to Jay, his right hand man Jay, and then his son Noah. But bro, Barcheck's the man. Have you met Barcheck yet?
No, not in person. No,
dude, I gotta tell you, man, if it's one thing I'm really wanting to do, like Miguel could go forever without talking to me. Not that he will, but he can, and I'm forever grateful because if it wasn't for Miguel, I would have never been put on with Barcheck. Like all Miguel was said, whatever he said to where it made Barcheck reach out to me. So my first interaction with Barcheck is he reached out to me, and I was like, and Miguel, like I said, Miguel could do Miguel could murder Capone, and actually that's pretty extreme.
Oh damn, bro!
Sorry, Capone. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I did not mean that. But like he could do something pretty bad, and I would still love him to death. You know what I mean? Because like, dude, that meeting Barcheck changed everything for me, bro. Like it, because I got to see the reality of things, and I want to keep doing what I'm doing the way I'm doing it, because if I go big, but I don't want necessarily to be as big as Barcheck because I see what he goes through. Like, bro, the amount on this guy's plate, but the thing is, he wants it. Like, he has the passion, the way he talks to people, everybody at his reptarium is the same way he'll talk. Like, he doesn't feel people, he doesn't make feel people like, oh, like you like him more than me. No, bro. His love is the same all the way around the board. You don't feel politically in any position with Barcheck. If you're with Barcheck, you're with Barcheck. If you're cool, you're cool. That's it. And it's the best thing on earth. It's like Miguel. Like, you know how Miguel makes you feel, right? Like Miguel makes you feel like you're like
shit. Yeah, fuck that.
No, he does. No. I mean, he can, but I'm just saying. But like, but you really can. I talk to Jesse if you think I'm wrong. But I'm just kidding.
Yo, shout out to Jesse too. Shout out to Jesse. I fuck with that dude all day.
You talk about real brother abuse, Jesse, man. I mean, I heard Miguel started a concrete company and got tired that his hand started cracking, so he put it in Jesse's name, and now Jesse does all the hard work. That's what I heard. I'm just kidding, bro. No, but like, okay, you want to talk about a dream come true with brothers that work together? First and foremost, Miguel got hated on from the get-go because he wasn't, I mean, I don't want to say he flexed so hard, but he wasn't shy to show what he was doing, right? But all I could see is him putting his family on. And remember that Jesse went from being his right-hand man in his reptile room to now running a concrete company, okay, with his fucking logo on the side. And so like that, dude, I'll never forget the episode. And this, I will say right now, this made me cry. I'll never forget the episode when Miguel bought Jesse a raptor.
Yeah, yeah,
Remember that shit?
yeah.
Dude, and like, you know, like Jesse's a humble guy. Like, you know, here's the thing: you get to hang out with Jesse and Miguel, you realize that they didn't come from money. They're not fucking
Yep,
like
yep.
they're not trust fund kids or anything like that. They came
Yeah.
from like they came from
grinded,
where they
bro.
grinded where they're at. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And what's crazy is like Miguel didn't do it selfishly. He did it to where he put his own brother on, and it's all his family. And that's why I fucking love Miguel and I love Jesse and just all that, because if you really know their story, you
Yeah.
know that they put that family put their own family on, and that's how things grow. You know what I mean? And that's what made me realize that I'm in the right place. Like I could potentially change my own fucking brother. No, I don't have a brother, but I do. Like, but I could change my own family's life too. Like, and I am, bro. I mean, I haven't bought nobody a Raptor. I'm gonna be very clear. But I always take my mom and dad out to eat, and I always take care of like MJ takes care of his whole family now. When it comes to like gatherings, I take because I can, and it feels good to be able to do that. But the first person to ever show me that I should do that was Miguel. Like when I saw him putting on his own family, bro, I can't tell you how inspirational it was. It changed everything, but it motivated me. It made me realize that I want to do this. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I feel one thing that I know you feel for sure is how blessed we are to be working with animals that brings us to humans who we actually fuck with. Because how many humans do we really fuck with? Not a lot. Come on, let's be honest. Like, come on, Harry. Like, you know one thing, Harry. Like, if you, I'm really glad you're not as loud as I am, because I feel like you would be let it be known how much bullshit that you see goes on in this hobby. Like, Harry, you be speaking facts sometimes. You know what I mean? But it's always sometimes good to just kind of let that shit do its own work, you know? And that's one thing I'm realizing. Like, if I'm not the one doing the dirt, if I'm not the one being shitty, then why should I even, not that I shouldn't care, but like shit reveals itself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's say you wear white draws. Let's say you're a white draw guy. Like, let's say you're whitey tighty white draw guy, right? And you have a moment where you burr and that shit stain. That shit, bro, that's white. You done stain your chonies. You know what I mean? You ain't getting that out of the wash. So that means you can't cover that up. So that's kind of like the way this shit works. You know what I mean? You don't want shit stain on your draws.
Yeah.
Because your girl or your guy is going to see your draw someday. And they're going to be like, what? It's just an analogy. That's it. I hope I'm not too far off on what I'm trying to talk about right now.
I feel that.
I gotta ask you, what would be your advice for any new keeper coming into the game? Like they got money to spend, but they don't know who to spend it with. How would Harry delegate that now in 2023, being new into the game?
I would definitely say, like, sit down, write down a plan for yourself, like 5 to 10 year plan, maybe even 15 years. You know what I mean? Write down a plan of like where you see yourself in 15 years, right? With this money that you're about to invest, right? Say it's 100,000. That would be the first step. And then the second step I would say would be like, and this is all in hindsight, you know what I mean? Because I've made my fair share of mistakes and stuff like that. So I would, if you're buying ball pythons, obviously I would buy from, the top breeders in the industry, or, whatever you see, like whatever projects you envision yourself getting into, you know what I mean? In that 10 to 15 years, like projects that you want to work on for the next 15 years, and see who's out there, because like, the ball python market is pretty saturated. There are a lot of breeders, and there's breeders popping up left and right every day. Oh, your lights turned off.
Yeah, I'm a little late. It was supposed to be off about 40 minutes ago. We're good.
Yeah, so I would say like,
there it goes. Battery pack, change it. We're good. Take your time. Take your time. You're good. Guys, listen, we got a couple more questions for Harry. But while he's getting his battery replaced, please get the likes up. What's up with the likes? Let me see what the likes are at right now. Let's see. Refresh. 70 likes. That's respectable, but we had about 90 people in the building. So if we could get about 20-ish more likes, I would be happier with that. But I ain't mad at the likes, though. The likes are really, really good. You there?
What's up? Oh,
okay,
yeah.
Continue.
Yeah, I think like I would just say to draw out like a 10 to 15-year plan. That would probably be like the most important thing. You know what I mean? And then after that, everything like there's not a ball python you can't find, right? Or there's not a project you can't find somebody working on. You
Amen.
know what I mean? Or somebody specializing in. So that really just yeah, I would just say like the biggest thing would be to like make sure that you're ready to invest this money into something long term, right? Like, the food, the enclosures, because like you got to anticipate that you're gonna be growing. You can't be like, all right, like I'm gonna take this, $20,000 or whatever, and then not think of like the food, the enclosure, the maintenance it all takes to set everything up, and actually getting like good animals to jumpstart your projects.
Right.
So yeah, that I would say that's about it, man. To be honest, and then just have fun with it, man. Don't forget why like you started doing this. You know what I mean? Like why do you feel like you want to jump into this industry? Why do you feel like you want to start breeding? That's really important, right? Because like without all that, you're gonna face like because in any type of industry, with any type of business, whatever you're about to start, you're gonna face struggles. You're gonna face challenges,
Right.
and if you lose sight of like why you even decided to get into it in the first place, you're not gonna withstand those struggles. You're just gonna, I mean, most chances are you're just gonna kind of fold under pressure. So that's important to consider as well.
Yeah, man. And that pressure could be a lot. I'm telling you, man. I mean, like, fuck. Like, things could have happened so bad on this move into this room where, I mean, like, I'm in this to win this. Don't get me wrong. But, like, it's really hard to lose an animal, bro. Like, especially if it's something you've been raising. But, like, it's kind of like a reminder that this shit could happen to anybody.
Yeah.
Like for instance, like, you know how many times I've heard of people overheating the racks and how many times people have killed.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I had fucking Buddy Bushimi. Shout out to Buddy Bushimi, who's probably one of the most consistent chondro breeders within the last 20 years on this earth. Okay. And he talked about how he overheated a rack with over 18 chondros and they all died. 18 chondros just all cooked. Right. And I just had my first experience, overheating a rack where 4 of them died, but I had 50 snakes in there. What if all 50 were to die? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that, and that could have been an easy possibility, bro. And I don't know what I like, bro. There are snakes in that rack that if they would have died, I would have went rogue. I would have, man. My haters would. My Bob Smith would have been throwing a barbecue. Like MJ's gone. Like I would have, even though I'm coming back, but I would have took a long vacation away from everything because I got snakes in there that I'm just obsessed with. Like
yeah.
Like my Malukans are in that rack. You know what I mean? Like I got. Like just those 2 snakes are worth over 12K, and it's like what the fuck. And it's not really the money, it's just the rarity. Like those snakes, the rarity of those snakes,
Right.
So but it could happen. Like one thing that my boy Andrew Acevedo, man, would always say is like, bro, like all this could be gone tomorrow. Like I could wake like anything could happen. We could wake up, this shit's all murked, and what are you gonna do? So just gotta be ready for it, man. That's all you can do. Take it day by day. And Harry, man, I love the fact that you are like you're a real beast of a man. Like you're not breaking Harry, and for people to really know what's going on in your life, not only injuries but other ways, and you being where you're at, you being on this show, like bro, you're a fucking solid motherfucker, Harry. Like you're solid as fuck, man. And this is why, first and foremost, I'm glad we're still close, but more importantly, I cannot wait to see you at a show again. Can't wait to tap in with you and just be around you. And I feel like maybe when you're around, maybe Miguel will come back. I feel like you're going to be I feel like you're going to be the bait. Maybe you're the bait of getting Miguel back out to a show, man. But
nah, I doubt it. Last time he told me he was going to a show, he never showed up too, man.
Bro, you want to know something funny, bro? So check this out. So last Tinley, right? And I had the time of my life the last Tinley because I had all my fucking homies there, like as far as like the the chondro homies, and I'm there getting my badges for all my friends, and then I see Miguel's name, I see Miguel's badge. I'm like, I was like he ain't coming. She's like, I heard he's coming. I'm like, give that to me, and I took it, And she's like, all right, Christina, Kristen knows I'm boys with Miguel. So I was like, if he does come, I'll give it to him. Let me take it, right? And I knew he wasn't coming, but I can't tell you it was Miguel, but I can't tell you how many people thought Miguel was really coming. And I'm talking about, people was like, hey, Miguel's here. I'm like, what? I was like, and you know what's funny? I had his badge over my neck the entire time. So people are trying to convince me that Miguel's inside the building and I have his badge. And I'm like this. I'm like, he ain't here, bro. I was like, I'm so sorry to break your heart. My heart's been broken, but he ain't here.
Yeah, you're like, feel my pain, motherfucker.
I still have that badge. It's hanging. It's right over here. I still got that shit. Miguel, I'm gonna take any badge I could get from your show from now on, because then I can fucking put that shit on eBay or something, or I don't know. I'll figure it out. Well, I guarantee one of the Mexico customers are gonna want to cop those with an animal or something for sure. Miguel's like fucking hero. Miguel's like the hero down in Mexico for the ball python market right now, bro. Like how cool is that for our boy, dog? Like for him to do that.
He's doing great things, man. Like honestly, like
so happy for him.
It's inspiring, bro. Like, you know, watching what he's doing and stuff. Like I'm like, damn, man. You know, like,
it really puts
I'm not working hard enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. But it's up to us. Like there's really no roof over our head. Like Miguel paints a picture to where you can do whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it goes back to that Mastro's dinner where he fucking paid for me and Lily on her birthday, and I was stressed. I thought we're gonna have to split the bill because he kept ordering, but we had like fucking 5 bottles of wine. Like it was crazy, and I'm like, I couldn't even eat my dinner because I'm like, dude, I'm gonna be broke. Like I can't, you know what I mean? But like that kind of shit, just all I could do is influence you and make you feel like, wow, like you are what you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
And so if you're somebody around that type of shit all the time, if you're somebody who sees Learjets, you could own a Learjet someday. Like nothing could stop you from doing what you want to do. Yeah. And having people not only like Miguel, but homies like you, Harry, when you bought that house, remember how excited I was for you?
Yeah.
Remember, man, I'm just like, this is why, like, you know, I always loved you and Semi, because you guys are goals. Like you guys are what you guys, you know, even to your baby and everything. Everything is what I want someday. And I want it in a non-jealous way. Like I literally look up to what you got going on. And it's happening for me now. This is why people need to stop being jealous. Like if you see something happening for somebody that you don't have, let it motivate you. It could be you.
Yeah.
Like Harry, I'm older than you, Harry, and I look at you like my big brother. You know what I mean? And that's good. Like that, there's nothing wrong with that. So I just feel like people need to start turning their hatred into motivation.
Yeah. You know, to aspire to be like, you know, to be like that. You know what I mean? Like aspire to be like whatever you see in somebody, and you're like, damn, I wish I could have that. You know what I mean? Like you need to aspire
like Miguel,
to be like that.
Like Miguel's homie Roger. The homie he lost, remember? That was his best friend that put that's like Miguel's, like, okay, what Miguel is to me, I feel like that's his Roger. I really do. Like I'm dead serious, bro. This guy Roger, who was Miguel's best friend, introduced a life to Miguel that he's never seen his entire life. And now look where he's at. And Miguel has never, like, I feel like Miguel's always been an appreciated person. Like I don't see jealousy in Miguel's bones at all. Like that's why I love being around him.
Humble dude, man.
I don't feel, he's humble. Like he just, I don't know what it is. Like you got to be around the guy to understand where I'm coming from, you know. But nothing makes me feel better than being around him. But then nothing makes me feel worse when I can't get a hold of him. I feel like a stalker, and I'm like, bro, talk to me. This is not okay.
Pick up your damn phone, bro.
God damn it. I don't even have to like say something like, hey, I said one thing. I think, what was this? I'm so sorry, amigo, I did this, but I'm like, hey man, someone sent me a screenshot of you talking shit. And he was like, hey, he thought I was serious. And he's like, MJ, what? I don't have time for this shit, bro. For reals? I'm like, no. I was like, I'm kidding. I swear to God. I was like, that was a joke. I swear. I was like, damn, that's a bad way to get his attention. I won't do that again. I love you, Miguel. Man, what a good time, bro. 2 hours went by fast. Okay, listen.
Oh shit.
Wrap up question before we get into some hot seat questions. At the end of the day, for somebody to be in the same time span that we've been in the game. I know you've heard some talk about a recession within the reptile and within the ball python community and whatnot. Okay. Now, mind you, you were in the game before COVID, so you saw how things were before the spike happens. What is your take on this recession or people not being able to sell snakes because of X, Y, and Z? Like, what is Harry's take on the recession in the ball python game?
I think some people are feeling it. Some, obviously like the really big heavy hitters in the industry probably are not really feeling as much. I don't know. I don't know what their books look like, but I can only assume that like this recession hits everyone, in general, right? Like big tech companies letting go of their employees, that has a huge effect on on everybody's day-to-day lives, right? Like, inflation, all that stuff. So like the way I see it, like snakes, ball pythons and stuff, like people are making a living off of it, but at the same time, it is kind of like a luxury, right? The necessities come first. And once like the necessities start inflating and, things get more expensive, people get laid off their jobs and stuff like that, that like has an effect on like this luxury that we have of, owning these animals, right? Because at the end of the day, that's what it really is. Like there are people making a living off of this, but at the end of the day, it is also a luxury for other people to have.
Yeah. So
I could definitely see like this recession having a pretty big impact on this industry, but not just in this industry, but every industry. And some people might not feel it as much, but
yeah, I think I'm glad you said that, Harry, because it depends on the person. Like I'm not gonna lie, me, I'm okay because whatever doesn't sell, like I'm not desperate for it. Like I purposely prepared, like for instance, the podcast, right? Like I'm able to like I don't solely live off the podcast, but let's just say something were to happen where I can't sell snakes, I will be okay for a little bit. You know what I mean?
Right.
But at the end of the day, like things come how they come. Like I haven't sold individual cells as crazy as I once was, but I am finding people who want to invest into more of a bulker side of things. Like people who are just coming into this game, they got no foundation, right? And I got stuff that just put my foundation on that I could keep for another year, but why? Like I already did it. So, and I'm not trying to be mass production guy. So there are so many people out there just like myself who has heat that they just used that's ready to go. And if it's right place, right time, bro. I mean, like, goddamn, how many things can you give credit to Miguel for that are popping off for you right now? I can tell you a shit ton. I hate this term. I really do. I used to like it, but now I can't stand it. But I think I got some world's first super gravel combos that are about to come. They're about to hatch out right now. I mean, they're hatched out, but I've seen them. But they're, bro, telling you, can't wait.
Oh man!
And guess what? Shit, that all came from Miguel. So it's who you get your shit from, bro. Listen, Harry. The reason why you're a hitter, the reason why you're. I mean, after this show, not so silent. Motherfuckers know you. You know what I mean? But the reason why you've been a hitter, with your projects, because who you buy from, Harry. You buy from the right people.
Yeah, that definitely is important for sure, man. Like, yeah, I can't stress that enough either. Like, it is important who you're buying from.
Now, I want to piggyback something real quick. I mean, like, for instance, for somebody who's just in the game for the first handful of years like us, you think it's smart to be putting whatever profits you make through your breeding season back into your collection? Or do you think it's smart to put a little bit aside and maybe invest in elsewhere? What do you think? Like, and Harry, you know how like things could go into like things, people could make over 100K or even more if things go their right way. Like you could bust out some bills in this with some good luck. So what would you say, like, smart thing would be to do? Put it back into the fucking snakes or dabble it elsewhere? What would you say?
So, I mean, I'm not a financial advisor, but I would say that I would take a portion of your profits, reinvest it back into your business, right? And then a portion of the profit to generate different revenue streams. You know what I mean? Because like that's what you should be doing with your money, right? You can't just let it sit in the bank because it's depreciating value. So
100%.
you got to find different revenue streams to invest it into. Now, it really also depends on like as far as the percentage, it really depends on like what is more important for you to grow, right? If this new project that you want to do is more important to you, then you take a bigger portion of whatever you make off of snakes and put it into there, and then keep the rest into your business, and then grow it that way. Or, if the snakes are like your top business that you want to keep growing as fast as possible, then you hold back like 80% of that profit from 80% of your income from that, and just reinvest the 20 into whatever revenue stream you want to get into. But that's very important to do too. You know what I mean? Like I can't stress enough. Like, don't feel like if you make a huge sale and then be like, oh, yo, I'm Gucci. You know what I mean? I could go on a shopping spree, and I mean, you can, like, it's still important to go.
Don't be changing your flight to Tinley to first class.
Yeah, that's really important, right? Because like sometimes like a lot of like, if you start making bangers and then your money is flowing in, for somebody who's never seen it before, they could be quick to be like, yo, I'm taking this and I'm splurging. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
so like, yeah, that's important for any venture, right? Like, just be smart with your money and reinvest it back into your business to grow it, and then reinvest another portion to generate another source of income.
Scared money don't make money, Harry. You know that.
Yeah, man.
You gotta do what you gotta do. And I wish I could say this, but I got PTSD from speaking facts, so I got to be careful. But I agree with Antoine. The lower end, not only projects, but the lower end of the hobby, like the lower end, the bottom feeders, they're hurting right now, man. It's but like, I hope to God, I feel like majority of the lower end project people do have jobs at 9-to-5s, which, I mean, even higher end people do, you know what I mean? But that's why, first and foremost, you don't just fucking have a job where you rely on solely breeding money. That is the worst thing you could ever do. You know what I mean? And what's funny is, like, a lot of motherfuckers who I would think breed so much sick shit would just be doing this full time. They don't, because they're not dumb. They're not trying to be in that position where everything's relying on what's in the incubator, because that's scary. Like, imagine if that was your case, Harry.
Yeah, man.
You and Sammy would be fighting.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I feel like even if I do, if my business starts taking off and I can solely rely on this, on breeding snakes, like I wouldn't, like, I'm all about generating multiple streams of revenue. My goal is to get at least 5 or 6
different streams.
Yeah, and
you dabble
like,
in don't you dabble in real estate, Harry, or am I wrong? I forget.
I was learning everything, and I was prospect, like, I was kind of like looking into projects and stuff and jumping into like what I can invest my money into. And then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna breed rats. You know what I mean? No, but I definitely got set back a lot. Like, when my injury happened, I had surgery and I was immobile, and it's just like mentally too, I wasn't there anymore, right? Like, mentally I was like really fucked up. So I'm always in the process of being better. I'm always in the process of making myself like 1% better every day, building myself up every day. You know what I mean? Because like, that's all we could really do, right, to be honest. But yeah, I definitely do want to get into real estate. I want to get back onto that like whole learning phase and actually taking the step in, because I was analyzing properties left and right, but I never jumped the gun, right? Because I was like, fuck, man, like, I'm injured right now. I got let go from the military job that I was doing. Like, this is a lot of like shakiness.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah. But yeah, I'm a firm believer in like, taking whatever money you make from this and generating more revenue streams.
What's up, man? Well, listen, Harry, what an amazing podcast. Like I said, this 2 hours went by very quick. We got hot seat questions, though. You ain't going to just leave.
Oh shit.
Like, you know, without getting hot. You know what I mean? You got to get hot a little bit. You feel me?
Mhm.
But I will say one thing: the likes well over 80, respectable for my boy Harry. Thank you so much. But yeah, hot seat questions for my boy Harry. Harry, don't go light. Let's go. Let's quicker the better. You feel me?
Oh shit. Okay.
So here we go. Hot seat questions coming in hot for Harry Wang. You ready, Harry?
Nope. But yeah, I got you.
Here we go. Frozen Thought or live?
Live.
A cut or no cut?
Oh, I cut all day.
On what day?
Bro, day 32, man. I'd be cutting. No, I'm just playing. No. Day 56. Yeah, day 56. Don't do that, guys. It was just a joke. Don't do that. Don't do that. I mean, I'm sure they'll be all right, but don't do it.
Favorite arboreal species?
Ooh, damn, bro. I would have to say green trees. I think you put me onto this dude actually. I mean, I've never met him, but I followed him through you. Ariel.
Yeah, my boy Socrates. R.E.L.E. Max Arboreals.
Mari. Yeah, bro.
My dog
Like,
right there, bro.
yo,
That's my
I watched this shit. I'm like,
that
damn.
motherfucker changed my whole life, dog. He's the man, bro. That right there, that guy is the man. I'm telling you right now. But I'm glad you follow him because he's the shit.
I consume his content like crazy, bro. I see his stuff. I'm like, yo, bro. And then like his captions too on his posts,
They
bro.
just smack every time.
Like,
yeah, he's a
yeah,
philosopher.
man. Yeah,
He's a
they're
philosopher, bro, for sure.
yeah.
I'm glad.
Sorry.
That makes me happy you follow him. All right, here we go. Red chondro neo or yellow chondro neo?
I would say red.
Pre first shed meal or post first shed meal?
Wait, what? I'm sorry.
Pre first shed meal or post first shed meal? Would you feed before first shed or would you feed after first shed?
Oh, I feed after.
Yay imports or boo imports?
Oh, yay imports?
Are you questioning yourself? I mean, you gotta. I mean,
Wait, what, yay imports or boo imports?
all right, Harry, check it out. Harry, check it out. Congress calls you, and Harry Wang is in charge of saying yes or no to reptiles being imported to the United States. Are you going to say yes or no to that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. What's one rep? What's one reptile you would import to your collection, no matter what it is, anywhere around the world? What would it be?
Oh, I would say Komodo dragon.
One reptile nobody should ever import to their collection. Leave it alone. Don't touch it.
Probably hognoses.
Thank God.
Or like corn snakes. Now I'm playing, guys.
You know he's not. Hognoses. They gotta go.
No. This is like this boa. Like I guess it's like a sand boa.
Sand boa.
To me, that thing looks ugly as fuck.
Looks like a worm.
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah,
it looks like a worm. You know what I mean? Like,
damn.
Corn snakes I fuck with. Hognoses I think are pretty cool. But they're definitely on the bottom of that list. But like the sand boa is like they don't really appeal to me, man.
To spray or
sorry to the sand boa breeders out there.
He ain't sorry, by the way. He ain't sorry. I'm just kidding. To spray or mist a ball python, or to not spray or mist a ball python?
I do. I spray them. Yeah.
Big flexor or no flexor?
You mean? What do you mean? Or like flexing? Like
come on, Harry, knock it off, motherfucker. You know what? You're lit. You big flexor or no flexor? Let's go.
Man. I would say flex it, man.
Thank you. Come on, let's keep it 100. Yeah. Let's keep it a buck, as Levance would say. Keep it a buck right now. Yay sports or boo sports?
Yay sports.
Favorite sport?
I would say hockey.
Favorite hockey team?
Islanders.
Nice. Respect.
Yeah.
Steak or fish?
Steak.
Favorite cut of steak?
Ooh. Filet.
Favorite side with the steak?
Favorite side?
Yeah, like a side. Come on, you don't eat steak by itself. Come on now.
Oh shit! I'm like, wait, you mean like the side of the cow, or like, no,
the cheek?
Nah, I was saying mashed potatoes.
Okay. Yay alcohol or boo alcohol?
Yay.
Favorite alcohol beverage?
I would say whiskey.
Nice.
Yeah.
Van Halen or Sammy Hagar?
Who the fuck? Who's that? Bro,
Harry, come on, bro. You don't know who
Van
Van Halen is?
Van Halen?
Okay, let's revert. Let's
Yo, can you put me on?
Yeah, no, I don't want to put you on. I'd rather not. How about this?
Okay.
West Coast rap or East Coast rap?
Oh man, East Coast, bro. I gotta go East Coast, man.
Favorite East Coast rapper of all time?
Biggie.
It was all a dream.
Yeah.
All right, little word association. First thing that comes to mind when I mention this breeder's name. You ready?
Oh shit.
Nick Soul.
Oh, Giant.
Joel Woolsey.
The homie.
Brian Cusco.
Yo, chill.
Miguel Garcia.
Dick. No. No.
He's gonna get mad, dog. He's pissed.
Nah, he's the best, man.
Matt Byram.
Grandpa.
Jared Smith.
Wait, he's a breeder?
Damn, he paid too close attention. He paid too close attention. Somebody tagged Jared already. I still can't believe I haven't gotten this guy in here yet. I can't believe it. This is crazy.
He's a collector,
yeah. All right, here we go. Switching it up. Milk. Yeah, what do you think? When you think of, when I say milk, what do you think of?
Oh, nah. I just think of my son, man. I've been buying so much milk, bro. I think of my son, bro.
Instagram trolls.
Pass. Like, nah. I mean,
if Harry had to delete one double recessive project out of the ball python game forever, like get rid of this shit. It makes no sense. Boo-foo. Get rid of it. What would that double recessive? What are those two recessives that do never belong together? What would that be?
Oh, hypo and lavender albino. Hypo and any albino.
I'm glad you knew that right off the bat, because albino just has to go, man. Like keep it in the pet game, but I'm saying, come on, designer world ain't there no more. It sucks. But hey, bro, we just had we had a little bit over 90 people in this entire podcast. Mm-hmm. What do you have to say to all your supporters, people who are tapping in, all the OG homies that are watching this, rooting for you? What do you got to say to all the love out there for you, Harry?
Man, thank you, man. I really appreciate it. You know, it's a blessing to be on this platform right now, speaking with you, and like just looking at all the support, man. I'm speechless, bro. I mean, a lot of them are for your supporters too. You know what I mean? And like, it's cool, man. It's cool. I really do appreciate it.
Nah, man. Listen, I appreciate you, Harry, because like I said, for somebody who doesn't like, you're not doing what you're doing to get something in return. Like, you're just doing Harry, man. and Harry is bringing a lot of organic support to what, like, I'm telling you, man, people are stoked to have this episode happen. I feel like a lot of people knew that you were kind of laying low for a little bit, but also not, like, so for them to actually hear what you have going on, this was great. And I got to say, thank you so much for finally coming on my show. And I'm sorry it took me so long to bring you on, but I feel like everything has a purpose, bro. And I feel like this was the best timing. This was a great episode. But that's a wrap for our boy, Harry Wang, Royal Canvas Exotics. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much, bro.
Hey, Harry, I love you, man. Send me my love. Give your boy my love. You know, you can hit me up anytime you need to talk, bro. I'm here for you, dog. Come fuck with me. And I cannot wait to see you at your next show. But have a good night, Harry. Thank you so much,
all right, brother. Peace out, man.
Peace out. Woo! What a guy. What a great episode. Thank you so much to everyone who tapped in tonight. I had a really good time. Like I said, Harry's somebody very important to me. This is a good buddy of mine. Somebody I feel like I've been, I could share like experiences with him that he's been around. And it's cool to have that kind of stuff in your circle. So I got to say thank you, Harry, for being a part of the Trap Talk Reptile podcast for episode 301. And thank you out there for coming and giving Harry the time of day. It really means a lot to me. It would also mean a lot to me if you go follow Harry on Instagram, Royal Canvas Exotics. Be ready because, like I said, he has work that he's been sitting on and going to be proving out some shit that you don't want to miss. So thank you so much. Guys, man, last time you're going to hear from me until I'm in Texas. That's right. Texas, what is up? NARBC, Arlington. It is about to go down Thursday night. I hope you guys are ready. You know I don't play around. When I go to Texas, I don't fuck around, man. And I got quite an agenda for my Texas trip. Okay. One of this agenda is welcoming my trappers to Chondro Town. Have you ever been to Chondro Town? Tell me, have you been to Chondro Town? Well, I know the mayor, and the mayor's name is Bill Stiegel. With me will be Mark Hager and Patrick Holmes. Justin is just a part of the thumbnail. I'm not going to lie. That was kind of clickbaity. Justin will not be at the podcast Thursday night. But he will be at Arlington. So yeah, go to Arlington. Go to NARBC because not only will I be going live Thursday night from the mayor of Chondro Town's home, aka the Stiegel residence, the Stiegel Resort, but I'm also going to be going live and direct from Arlington, NARBC. So be ready for that. It's all going to go down. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Thank you for my love and support. If you want exclusive content, look no further. Trap Talk Patreon family. I just saw we just got new 2 Patreon members. I love you guys. Join the Patreon family. Come fuck with us. We're the realists. I'm telling you right now. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Harry, I love you, dog. My boy RCE. One to be reckoned with. Have a good night. I'll catch you guys Thursday live and direct from Texas. I'm out. Cheers.